my pants down.
There you go.
All right, we're live. We're just getting situated because there's a lot of people here, guys. You gotta remember to look at the camera, not at the screen, because they're gonna think we're retarded.
We'll be doing that all the podcast.
We already got people tuning in. Well, you guys know me, Sebastien. We got Josh, episode 3. We all went fishing today. You guys know Aaron. This is Alyssa. She came fishing with me and Aaron. Smallmouth fishing, and she came fishing with us today. And we got some bunch of stories to talk about, bunch of stuff. You guys want to know what jig I use for the drifter? I got them here. And is the sound okay? So that's the first thing we want to know. Is the sound good? I'm just gonna put this here.
It's fine.
There we go. So this would be a good one, and I'm gonna crack the first brew of the night. This is Beauty and the Belgian, Block 3, 6.3. It was bottled. Oh, the 13th of December. Yeah, so we're gonna show it.
That was whiskey. I wouldn't drink it.
So that's the bad boy we're drinking. I'm gonna pop it open. Hopefully, it doesn't require a pop opener.
Yeah, it's a bottle. It looks like a bottle.
I'm trying to see where's St. Jacobs. Where's that?
Ontario?
Block St. Jacob, Ontario.
That's by Waterloo.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's a bottle, dude.
Bottle
You need a
opener.
Bottle opener.
bottle
So
opener.
the
I
beer-
do it on the table. It's brand new from IKEA though. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea.
It's the same one me and my dad have.
That table?
Yeah, we have the
IKEA
same
special,
one.
man. 139 or something like
Yeah.
that. All right, I gotta go get a bottle opener. But talk what we did today. You
Today,
guys talk about what we did today.
what did we do today?
We went pike fishing, man.
We went pike fishing. We did go pike fishing. Went to Cooch. Got out a little late. It was a bit of a day for sure. No doubt. You know, we hit a couple spots. Josh hit one right away. First drop, which
first drop.
think that jinxed us
Yeah,
for the
that
rest of
kinda
the day,
messed us up
or
for the whole day.
some bad juju.
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't think that helped out at all. It looked like it was gonna be a great day though, right after the first drop there, and
Yeah.
kind of got a little slow. Sure.
All right, I got this bad boy popped up. That's your code. I don't spit in it or anything.
Yeah. No mix.
Is the sound good? So give it a thumbs up or comment so we can read the comment to see if the sound's good. Hope the sound's good. You guys had a bunch of questions that I said tune in the podcast. I'll tell you all that stuff. So we got all that stuff here behind me. We can talk about how's the ice on Lake Simcoe. Well, their small bays are freezing right now. They're frozen as of this morning. It's hard to tell, but tomorrow I'll take my drone, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, Seabass Outdoors, you'll see I'll post an update, and I'll probably go around the lake or something like that to see what's going on. But I'm not going to post it on YouTube, so that's going to be on my Instagram. Josh, what's your Instagram?
Josh.Dixon97.
Yeah, you got some good stuff from Muskoka. You know, you post good pictures on there. You know, Aaron_Vela97.
Mine's list good enough.
That's good enough.
Not
Or Science of Fishing.
Not the science of fishing. Apparently that one's dead.
I got lazy.
You guys want to know a funny story?
It's a good story.
It's a good story. We're still not sure. So we had big sight fishing holes for those pikes, and Alyssa was working some perch or pike. She turned around and I don't know, something happened, and then there was something at the bottom of the lake. It was deep, so we couldn't really see. And I was trying to get it to bite. She was trying to get it to bite. She didn't have her glasses on. I think you even tried to get it to. You were checking it sideways.
Yeah, Aaron did too. Everyone.
Well, she lost her glasses an hour before. Pretty sure we were trying to catch those glasses, thinking it was a fish.
But I didn't know at that point that I lost my glasses.
Oh, me neither. I was trying to catch it.
Yeah.
It was moving. It was gonna bite.
Who's the best stick in that house? I don't know.
I don't
Aaron?
know.
Big
Me?
fish Aaron.
Definitely not me. I'm gonna go with Josh.
Yeah, Josh beat us in a bunch of
Then you
challenges. It depends what lake, right? But that's fishing.
and then you have Sebastian has to say Alyssa, and Alyssa has to say Sebastian.
It all depends, man. It's not about who's the best or whatever. It's about enjoying yourself. I do have the elites with me. so far the Elise is great. I really, like I said in my thing is the transducer. Where the transducer goes on, it flops everywhere. Today was the case. I put it in the back of my sled, and by the time I get to the fishing spot, the transducer, you gotta find it. It's a bit annoying, but yeah. We used to, but it's great, right? It finds the bottom real quick.
The Helix?
Yeah.
Seven. I've never used a unit, like I've never used any of the Markhams on the ice, but I haven't seen a unit it's that fast. It seems remarkable how fast it is.
Yeah.
Like even when we were up crappie fishing there, or walleye fishing, it seems like in shallow water, if you have it on split screen, I almost want to move slower. It doesn't have enough memory. I think it moves too fast.
Too fast, yeah.
But for deep water, like for lake trout, that'll
It goes back to regular transducer, but the thing is, it doesn't have 83 200 hertz, so it's not a wide cone.
Yeah, it's a narrow cone.
Slower return, slower feed. But when you're in shallow water, you want to know when she's coming in.
For
quicker,
sure, yeah.
Right? You'd rather have that 20-degree angle instead of 6-degree. So you're marking in 20 feet radius instead of 6.
Yeah. Big
difference for those lake trout. Whitey's not so much. But for the lake trout, it's fun. Yeah, Bass Monkey says friendly tournament. Yeah, we do a bunch of those challenges. We got a belt now. I won it this week, and then I lost it the next 2 days later to James again. We do challenges. You guys don't see it. It's we have a belt that we made, Ultimate Fishing Champion. And now James, what he's got a brander. It's gonna, every time you get the belt, you get to write your name.
Mm-hmm.
You've never won it, and then you get a notch. Like when you're lost on a deserted island, and 4 and then 5. So James got it twice now.
Yeah. When you're gonna get your belt? I think
You got a challenge, man.
I think
Yeah,
you
I
got
gotta challenge someone eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in a group chat, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it makes it fun. Like me and James went out fishing for crappie for a walleye. I beat him by half an inch, and then we went crappie fishing. Caught a monster. I don't know if you guys saw it in my live feed. I've never seen a crappie that big. It's massive, massive. Like
biggest crappie you've ever seen. Big dinner plate.
It was big. It was big. Like it was massive. And then I caught one when I was an inch shorter, still big, but his was just big.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no sense. I see guys catching crappies like that, and they keep like 25. There's no sense.
Yeah.
That crappie feeds you all night.
Yeah.
A crappie that big.
Should have a lot of meat on it.
Yeah,
for sure. A lot of guys, crappie's one of those fish, crappie, walleye, that guys tend to take home.
I think
no matter what.
the crappies, and I'm not a crappie guy, but the crappies are the fish that are hurt the most by fishing pressure.
Think so?
They don't reproduce as well. They're usually always in the same area, in grouped up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they spread out like perch, and I don't think they reproduce as well. And like, look, you can't catch them in cooch anymore. You can't.
Crappie?
Guys used to catch them left and right.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody catching them.
Try catching crappie on Simcoe. Like you go to one spot. That's it.
There's still a few areas.
There's still a few, but you don't catch big ones.
Crappie on Simcoe. But I heard it used to be quite the fishery, the crappie fishing on Simcoe. I know guys even catching them in the Berry Marina. Apparently the Berry Marina used to be a hot spot for crappie.
So is Aurelia.
Really?
In the spring, guys used to catch monsters, not anymore. Overpressure.
Yeah.
Dave Wilson's asking if my slud's studded. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be studded, especially for this time of the year where, I mean, you go out, even when we went out today, you don't have, like you saw me running around like that, like for fun,
mm-hmm.
but it's like that all the time if you don't have it studded.
Yeah.
You got to have it studded.
Yeah, because you have to take it.
Got to. It's a bit harder on the track, but if you get a good track, you're good. Let's talk about lake trout season, how it's going to play out this year, and then we'll talk about what happened in 2018 because we're wrapping up the year. But a lot of people are like, how's the ice? Are you going to be fishing January 1st? Like, I'm not going to push my limits. I'm definitely going to go look for safe ice tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, we're fishing tomorrow, but we'll go take a look for some.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, the rule is 4 inches. 3-4 inches, and then you're not going to push it. At this point, if the lake doesn't fully lock up, you got to look at the wind. You can't go in a bay that's, let's say, on the west side, and if the wind comes from the west side, that ice is going to get pushed into the lake.
That's what I was going to say too. You have to be careful on Simcoe. Not only is it might be enough to hold you, but if that wind, if the middle's open and it blows a certain way, that's something you got to be really mindful too. You don't want it to be breaking up.
Gotta be careful.
Right? You got to be very careful.
Gotta be careful.
It's volatile.
And even the ice on Cooch today was, we were in one area, there's a foot, and then we moved to another area further out, and it was 7 inches. And
So that's a big difference, man.
a big difference where, that lake was frozen. It's the same depth on both areas. So you got to be very, very, very careful. Yeah. We're reading some of the comments here, but another thing is I'll report on my Instagram tomorrow, see what I find. The biggest question that I still get asked is what rod I use for lake trout. I mean, that's all we talked about, the ice fishing show. Guys are coming out the woodwork. I get there's new guys every season, right? So they got to learn. 48 and 50 inch from Wright McGill, and now the 36 inch for the whitefish and the walleye. Paired with a BG. I mean, Daiwa doesn't give me anything, but that's what we use. Is a BG 1500s. It's rated for saltwater. It's a saltwater reel.
Yep.
It's light. It's a bit heavier than your standard
It's heavy,
reel.
yeah.
But the big part is this is one piece.
The handle.
The handle.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get a weak point here. The drag is decent. It's not the greatest drag, but for lake trout, it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
It's not the greatest drag for bass.
It's not a nice drag.
Stratic,
No, it's not like
You got
super.
any of those?
No,
Stratix?
You should get one. of those.
yeah. I don't make enough money to afford Stratix.
Those are $80 or $100.
The VGs, I think they're like 130.
Yeah, 130 to 119. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a bit more money than the Fuego, but they take a beating.
The Fuego should be 130. I think.
Yeah.
Got them for a little cheaper. But
Yeah. So this year I'm gonna try this. I've tried it this summer. The J braid. It's a bit more affordable than the Power Pro. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and this is 15 pounds. 10-15 pound braid is what I use.
Yeah.
95% of the time it's 10-pound braid, 10-pound fluoro. Sometimes if I know I'm going for big lake trout, I'll be 15-pound braid and then 12-pound fluoro.
12 pound leader.
But a lot of time is 10-pound, 8-pound fluoro
Yeah.
if the water's super clear.
I snapped off a few lakers on usually 10 pound pretty good, but I
Yeah.
snapped off a few fish on each pound. This is different than the Power Pro. Power Pro is all I've ever used, but it's very. I don't want to play with it too much because it's your line. But the Daiwa braid's very slick. It almost feels like a fly line.
Feels like it's gonna cut you more.
How slick
coarse.
it is, right?
The BG, I'm not sure how much it goes. Probably $100 USD. It's a great reel. It's strong. Like the first thing to go on spinning reel is usually the armature here and the spring inside. On those reels, they really they're solid here. This never goes loose. So when you're jigging and stuff like that, you don't see this go loose. It's really strong. Yeah. Alyssa, we talked about this today. Alyssa, what did you do this summer? Talk about your experience, how you got, well, I'll ask the question, but where did you go this summer?
Okay, so this summer I was up in the Northwest Territories for 2.5 months fishing.
Yeah.
Up there. So I got into it from someone that used to work at Cabela's. They are a guide up there. So I went up this year and I served, and then I got to actually do a bit of guiding, which was fun. Next year, I'm hoping it'll be full-time guiding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But how do you get into that if you don't have a connection? You just email the log?
Honestly, the lodges, they have, they posted on Kijiji and on, like Indeed and stuff. That's where the other new guides, they all found it through there. But lots of times it's through like a friend. It's good. Like it's a great job, and it's beautiful.
Hard work though, right?
It is because it's like 2.5 months straight and you don't get a single day off. and it's like
How many hours a day though?
It depends. Like if it's bad weather, sometimes guests want to come in early and stuff. But lots of the times, the guides will be out there from like you are up and getting your boat ready at 6 a.m. and you don't get back until like 5:30, 6 at night. So
Yeah. But the
It's
thing
like full
is,
days.
it's also sunny. What, 21 hours of the day?
yeah, at the beginning of the season, it is sunny like 24 hours a day because it's the summer solstice, so the longest day of the year. The sun didn't even set for like our first night.
So you can go fishing at 12 o'clock at night.
We did. We did. So
It's
you
not
didn't sleep
super
very
sunny
much.
though, but it's clear.
It's not super sunny, but yeah, you can be out there. Like even at the end of the season, we were fishing till like 11 at night. And at the beginning of the season, there were nights where we didn't get back until like 2 in the morning.
That's so sick. That's one
And
thing on
it-
my
and it's
bucket list I'll
sunny.
never get
It's
to
sunny.
do.
Yeah.
I got a job now.
Take a
But
trip.
that's
up there,
something
man.
you should do too. That's
What?
something you should look into.
Me and
When
Josh.
you can, when you're young, do it when you're young.
Want
you know.
to go be
Now you get a girlfriend,
just now?
you get a kid,
What?
you get married, you got a house. You can't leave this. Not that it's bad money, but it's it's do it while you're young. That's my suggestion. That's
Yeah.
one thing I would love to have done. A lot of experience, and you said there's no bad days there. It's not like you get skunked.
Yeah. It's not like that. Usually when you get skunked, it's more you don't even get skunked. You'll catch fish, but it depends. Like some people want to go for just big fish, and other people want to go for numbers. It really depends. And
Yeah.
there's like fly fishing people and people that don't fly fish and just like regular. And I don't know, but everyone up there is pretty knowledgeable. Like lots of the times at lodges up north, like the people that work there for like years. So
Yeah.
they know the lake like inside and out. And they're lakes that aren't touched by other people. Like
Oh,
it's
for
like
sure.
flying. Like it's so cool to be.
So who takes care of the place in the winter?
We have a winter caretaker.
Why are you smiling like that?
Because I like him. He's actually very cool. But yeah, he goes there. He's 10 months all alone. Doesn't
In
see
the
anyone.
dark.
In the dark. Like he said, so he came up in August before we left. Like he came up 8 days early, and he hung out with us and whatnot. And yeah, he
Is he all there?
sometimes
Sometimes.
he is.
You're alone for 10 months.
But yeah, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to be alone for 10 months. And he said
In the dark.
In the dark, yeah. And he said in February you will go nuts. Because that's the month of like pure darkness, like the longest day of the year, I think.
But
was just
February
3 days
in
ago.
general, like even here, the winter blues hits in February.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, you guys can Google it, it's biggest suicide month. It's
Oh, for
depression
sure.
month. So imagine up there where you see the sun for an hour a day, then it's gone.
Yeah. And then even with like the cold, like I was just saying on my way back from fishing, I saw someone posted in like the 705 Facebook group about, I don't know, places in Canada have a negative 65 warning for like degrees Celsius wind chill warning this week. And I like looked at it, and it's a place in Nunavut, which is like literally like
Close to
so
there.
close. I'm like, you can't even leave. Like you can't leave your cabin to go to like the main lodge or like can't do anything.
They get ice in August there.
Yeah. So not in August.
Like September, first week of September kind of thing.
Yeah. So the season runs until August 15th. And yeah, they have snow and they start getting ice like end of September. But it's like the ice is there. July 7th was ice out on the lake this year, which was
That's
really
crazy. So imagine what happened to those fish when the ice is out. It's like we got 8 weeks of feeding and we got all the sunlight. Let's feed. That's why there's no bad days. I'm sure those lake trout feed under the ice, but I mean the oxygen goes away after, and they probably get like 6 feet of ice.
Yeah, it's. I know, like months ago, it was like a month ago or 2 months ago, it was like 4 feet of ice up there.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Do you guys go
so
ice fishing
cool.
there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Do you think he goes ice fishing, that guy?
I don't think so.
So does he drill holes in the ice for other people, or?
Yeah, sometimes. I
Yeah,
guess.
sometimes.
I was gonna
She's
say,
got crazy stories about that guy.
I
I
think if you
do,
go
I
up
do.
there, trying to go ice fishing.
It's like
get
he's the
shot.
bird box.
He's the bird box.
That's what
We
he
were
thinks.
just watching.
He's the bird box you guys see in the movie.
Yeah. he's sane, but no, there's like
He's saying,
There's-
Rumors that he
yeah.
made people disappear.
there's like a rumor that I don't know, but I don't even know if it's true. This is all just story.
Hey, where there's smoke, there's fires.
But
Trust
yeah,
me.
so people came like because people come through occasionally. They come, they get gas, they do whatnot, like whatever. Like because we have all our airplane fuel there's left there. So he basically just guards it, or people that are flying by and they need a warm place to stay, they'll stay and stuff. And yeah, I guess people came one time and they're playing cards and there was apparently a shootout, but we don't even know if it was a shootout. But there were like
Bullet holes and stuff.
yeah, there was like a whole investigation, and he said that he like put it in the ice, but no one knows if he actually put like hurt someone and put them in the ice. But we don't think they did because
Hey, where there's smoke, there's fire.
yeah, because they did a full investigation and not like nothing happened. Like
Probably why he showed up
nothing
8
came
days
of it.
early. He's like,
Yeah.
did he melt it yet?
Yeah, but
Did they
he's
find
actually,
him?
if you meet him, he is the sweetest man ever. He's just
No,
like,
yeah.
but yeah, it makes you
You
wonder.
have to
'cause
go
it's like
crazy.
in February.
albino.
What if
I can't
he
believe
just
that he
imagined
does that.
something that's alone for a long time?
Yeah, you got to go crazy.
Yeah.
One of the questions before I forget is asking me where can you get the BG 1500? The only place I've seen it on sale was at Epps Fishing. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon and stuff like that, but Epps has them.
That's got that. That's
Go
where you
see
got
Corey.
that.
Say Sebastien said you got the BG 1500. I want one. It's smooth. The drag's great. I mean, that's why I use on my bass too. Like once I'm done ice fishing, these goes on my bass fishing reel. So it's really good.
Someone asked about where you can get iBraid too.
I would.
Just
J
where you
braid.
can get the J braid started.
J Braid. I'm sure Pro J's has it because they're a big Dyewood dealer, but same apps, and that's really good braid. It's $15, $14.99.
Power Pro's like 25 now. It's
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'll pay it. Like I'll pay good money for good line.
Yeah.
I don't screw around with that. But
Yeah,
if you can pay
Power Pro's a great line.
cheap, oh yeah,
That's
Power
super
Pro.
slick.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I don't know
They're
about the
changing-
V2.
They're changing the formula this year. They're changing the coating to the same coating they have on the original Power Pro. So I'm gonna give it a shot, but I'm very skeptical of the super slick. Some guys really like it, but it doesn't seem to. It's not as tough as the original Power Pro, I find.
Jam 1971 has a question. Entry level, and that's probably one of the questions I get asked the most. Probably you guys too at Cabela's. Is what's the best entry level, or what fish finder should I use for ice fishing? There's no bad brand, but stay away from the and I'm a big hummingbird fan. I'm gonna say that again.
Mhm.
Stay away from the entry level fish finder, the $200 ones.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Spend an extra $100. Spend the one that's got GPS. Spend the one that's got a bit bigger screen,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna get worth your money. Lawrence makes good ones. Hummingbird makes good ones. The flashers are great, but nowadays you want that GPS and being able to mark your spots instead of using your phone all the time.
For sure, and it's much more accurate than your phone GPS.
Yeah, and to your phone, if you're up north, doesn't work. GPS will.
Yeah.
Right. Same with Simcoe. There's some spots on Simcoe where you lose reception. Right. So, I'm gonna say in Leaks 5 is the great entry level. I mean, you can take it from the ice to your boat and vice versa. Spend that little extra money. That's why I tell people are telling me, I want to get a 9 for side imaging. And I tell them, save $200 and get a 10. The resolution is much better. And you're not going to be wishing that you're going to have a bigger unit.
For sure.
Side imaging, you need big screen.
Yeah.
Right? But what do you run for your ice fishing stuff?
Last year I ran a Lowrance Elite 5 Ti. It was a great unit, but again, like you said, a little small. When you get all those lake trout chasing, it's hard to pinpoint everything.
Especially if you get a bigger hut.
Yeah,
The unit's a bit further, the longer rods, right?
exactly.
So
Yeah, I use it for 48-inch rod, so it's pretty far away,
yeah,
like you say. But this year I went to a Low Ranch HDS 8. I think it's an 8, and I'm liking that a lot more. It's a lot easier to see, just the smallest little detail. like the bottom starts flashing a bit, then it's a lot easier to see rather than just a 5-inch. So I'm a lot happier with the bigger screen, but I would say definitely pay the extra money to get the bigger screen because
Just save that extra.
Yeah.
Usually it's extra $100. Just
it's so much worth
just
it.
wait.
You're gonna see a lot more things that you would miss.
Processor's better.
Exactly.
Yeah, and spend like always go with the highest if you can. If that means waiting for whatever a couple months, saving up, like you can't just get something to make your sonar unit a side imaging unit. And if you get really into fishing in the summer, then it's like
That's
you have to buy an entirely new unit, and you're not gonna get your
That's
full
true.
money.
Very
so
true.
I would just like go big or go home. Like it's an investment. You take care of it well, and it's gonna last you a very, very long time.
But like Aaron just got a boat. He just got a
Yes.
boat. He hasn't tried it yet. And he even came to me, what do you think about that unit? What do you think about this? I said, first of all, before you go all crazy into the side imaging, down imaging, that you don't need it. First of all, when you get a boat and you go bass fishing or pike fishing, you're not side imaging anything. You're going to go shallow first. You're going to grind your teeth shallow. And then when the hardcore of the summer, when they move a bit deeper, is when you're going to wish that you have side imaging. But by the time, fall comes, that's all you use. You're going to use 2D, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Side imaging, just wait. Like you need 2D. Get a big unit for the front of your boat, the console. And then when you're ready to upgrade, that's already a big unit. You put it to the front. You don't need side imaging in the front. I have side imaging in the front, but I fish tournaments every weekend.
Yeah, and I don't see you using it all that much.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
You find some stuff, and it's clear.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, you should get 360. Oh, I got side imaging. I mean, I don't see what's in front of me. I wish I had 360, but they make the unit lag a little bit.
The 360?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough on the processor probably.
Yeah, and then if you get a 360, you don't have 2D or GPS anymore because you want the full screen 360. Now you gotta add a new unit. So start with a 2D and then move it to the front and then upgrade to the console, bigger side imaging. But Elite Size 7, they make the bundle for the boat. That's a good deal.
The all-season pack.
All-season package.
Yeah.
What's the gimbal not coming with that? You guys know.
The gimbal mount that comes with it?
Yeah.
It's the U bracket, I believe.
Okay, that's good.
And it comes with both, I believe. It comes with the ice
Okay,
package
that's good.
and the
And Ethernet too.
Yes, then that's the networking. Then the one in the all-season pack is the G2N, so it's a networking unit too. If you ever want to hook it up to it.
It's a good deal. That's a good deal. Like if you got a boat like you, are you gonna get one?
An all-season pack?
Yeah.
I'm saving my pennies. I don't know. I might be, but
Come on, Money Banks.
oh man, that's not me.
That's not me. That guy's probably saying.
You got the wrong guy.
So that's Aaron's lottery ticket right here.
My lottery.
He's
ticket.
brought him in. Hey man, I've been holding this one since September 14th.
What's the signature on it? What does that say?
April 2017. What's wrong with you, man?
I'm pretty good at
August 2017.
there, aren't I?
No, these are my tickets, man. I buy these, and I've never checked them. I'm probably a millionaire. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm over here scrambling, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Spending my money on fishing stuff I don't need.
If you become a millionaire, I probably would never know.
Man, what would you do with $1 million?
$1 million?
Let's go around the table. What would you do if you had $1 million right now? First thing you buy. Hold on. You're gonna buy glasses. I know that. Next,
That's exactly what I'm gonna buy because right now I'm
two pair of glasses, one with a lanyard.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
For sure, we tried to sight fish those glasses for like an hour.
For sure, yeah.
It was forever, and I was like on all fours, like over the whole. My face was touching.
We were like,
I was
"Is that a turtle?"
Is that a turtle?
No, that's a catfish, man. That's a catfish. No, that's a bass. That's a bass.
It's definitely a mud puppy.
And right before it happened, I saw a pike, and it was a pike. And I think that's like I got really excited. It was a big pike, and then they fell in the hole or something. But now they're all kidding and saying that it wasn't a pike. It was just I don't have my.
But the thing, she didn't have her glasses, so she can't see shit. So she's trying to fish her glasses, thinking it's a fish. I'm over there with 20/20 vision, trying to help her.
Looking down the other side.
I'm over there like,
cross.
oh yeah, I'm right in front of him. Oh, you move.
Yeah, we were convinced it was moving. It was pretty good. Okay, I think I saw a question there. Someone said you're saying the Helix 5 is not good for Lakers in whiteys.
No, I didn't say that. No.
Yeah.
What I'm
just to
saying is,
clarify.
if they're great, that's what you use.
Helix 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
It's that Helix 5 is the perfect starter kit.
Mhm.
Perfect. Fast processor. It's a good transducer. Comes in a kit. Great. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna upgrade to a boat and you're gonna want to, if you have a boat and you want that screen to run GPS and 2D at the same time, it's a very small screen. The 7's gonna help you a bit more, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
The Helix 5 is definitely the best starter. But like the Striker 4, the Lowrance 3, I think.
The Hook 4. Hook 2.
Yeah, someone just
4X.
asked about a.
And the Piranhas, stay away from that. Now, I'm not saying they're bad. They're great little units that are affordable. But if you're in a hut and my hole's over there, that means I gotta have the fish finder here to see anything. Right? It's like if I put my phone over there, that's a 8+. That's bigger than
Yeah, the small piranha ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, spend the extra money.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this, and I've talked about it. The big thing that's pissing me off in the industry, the fishing industry right now, and I'm going to give props to Lowrance for that, is they don't come out every year with a new unit pushing new technology.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of do, but not as bad as Humminbird.
Hummingbird's bad for that.
They're
Hummingbird's
getting
bad
into the
for that.
Apple thing where we got to upgrade, and GoPro does the same thing.
Mhm.
Here's the GoPro 7. Now you can film 4K at 60 frames per second. Well, last year was 4K at 30 frames per second. You gave me 30 frames more. Couldn't you do that the first time?
Yeah, no, they definitely
They
could.
just do that so you keep buying new stuff because guys are silly like me. It's like, oh, 30 more frames per second, I'm going to buy it. By the way, the Aero 7 is junk.
You hate it?
Oh, no, I hate it. It's junk. It shuts down and freezes. I got asked for a few guys. I got the Euro 7. It's garbage. A lot of guys pay a lot of money for GoPro Hero 4s.
Mm-hmm.
They fight for them.
Really?
The Guggen Squad, that's all they use. Better microphone.
Oh, I see.
Interesting.
Yeah, better microphone. Euro 4 or 3. I'm pretty sure it's 4. But yeah, no, it's a great little unit, that Helix 5. What would you do with $1 million?
Me?
Yeah.
I buy Wendy's.
You buy a franchise Wendy's,
We're like,
or you buy a combo at Wendy's?
Well, it's the first thing I buy. would
Okay,
probably
time
be-
out. This guy owns a Volvo, man. You get nice. You buy a Wendy's, or you would buy Wendy's?
What?
You would buy a Wendy's?
I would buy a Wendy's. The first thing I'd probably buy would be Wendy's.
They're all closing down. The Wendy's here closed down.
The Wendy's is closing down here? Well, that's the one beside like the Tim Hortons or whatever.
Yeah,
No, I love that one.
Wendy's is junk.
They
I
have the
think
best strawberry lemonade.
I'm already done this beer.
The guy-
I told you we're getting crazy. You guys are not even drinking.
the guy who runs the Arby's in Aurelia needs to do seminars on business sustainability because I don't think I've ever
He's
seen
not there anymore.
anybody.
Is he still open? Yeah, they are.
They are. I've never seen
That's
anybody
another thing.
there.
How's RB still in business? The Hells Angels must own it. It's money
Yeah,
laundering.
I'm not saying anything, but maybe you should ask Alyssa.
What?
What?
Nothing.
We got deep all of a sudden. I don't know why. You're not even drinking.
No.
Did you do some chocolate from my fridge or
No,
something?
no. If I did, that would be napping on here, man.
No, it wouldn't be with that stuff. I need
Right,
another
yeah.
beer, so I'm gonna go get another beer.
Okay, I saw a question earlier a couple times about line color. Does line color matter? I think that's a good question.
That's a good question.
I feel like everyone has their opinions. I have a pretty good opinion
On line color?
on line
What's your
color.
opinion?
Okay, so my opinion on line color is, well, obviously it depends what fish it is. Like a white fish and a lake trout, I would always use a leader with because they have better like receptors in their eyes to see color, and they're more picky, especially in the winter time, and it's not going to do any harm. Whereas a pike, it depends on if you're targeting their aggression factor versus targeting their hunger factor, if that makes sense, right? Because if you're targeting their aggression factor, they're not even going to look. They're just going to like hit it. But if they're kind of hungry but not really, like a little lethargic, they're going to care if they can see
Yeah,
a wire leader or if
that's
they can
when the
see
pattern comes
a
in
dark
play.
line. Yeah.
Pattern means, when you're talking about pattern, means that fish doesn't have a fridge where it goes, I want that beer. That pattern means if he's been feeding for 3 weeks just on minnows in the fall because he's feeding up. If you show him a tube on bottom, he's going to be like, bro, I've been feeding up all the time like this. I ain't going down for that thing.
You thought you were paying attention.
You know what I mean? That's what a pattern is. So, yeah, line color. I mean,
they make those associations.
yeah,
They're
they
smarter than
shoot.
you think.
Yeah, they do. And I think those lake trout, as much as it's going to sound cruel, I think they play with your bait like a dolphin would. I mean, these fish play just like a dog does. We just don't see it because we don't have cameras down there. A lot of time, those fish are just coming in, bumping your bait. They're like, ooh, they got nothing to do. They don't want to eat it. That's how you snag them. Like, you don't snag them on purpose, but she runs into your treble. It's like, you know?
Yeah.
I think a lot of time those fish where you think, oh, I got a bite, I missed him. I got to get bigger hooks. They're just playing with your bait, man. They're like, for them, it's just, you know what I mean? It's like a lion in the wild. Like, they won't eat a porcupine, but they'll toss them around.
I don't know if the lion's ever encountered.
Hey, I got to rate this beer. I think this is one of the best beer I've ever had, to be honest with you. This Beauty and the Belgian Ember Ale.
It went down pretty quick.
I mean, that's a big beer, man.
That is a big beer. That's what I'm saying. It went down pretty. We still got a bit left there. That's probably all backwash, though.
No, I don't do my shoulders, okay? There's about half an ounce in here. I'm not doing it.
No.
Warm. It's been on the floor. I'm going to rate this a good, man, I don't want to say 8, but it's close.
It's close.
It's better than a Sapporo.
It's not a 7, which is what most things are a 7. I think so far.
That's a 7.9.
7.9.
One of the best beers I've ever had.
You're the best beer you've ever had.
Listen, when I'm going to have a 10, I'm just going to roll over and die.
Yeah.
You can't give everything a 10.
When there's something, the last podcast, there'll be a 10 beer. The final one. We're done.
Have a 10 beer?
No, but when you get a 10, what are you going to do after that? You know what I'm saying? You're going to go eat a 7 after that? No, or drink a 7. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be honest. It's like the honest reviews. There's more to. I got a good props for that. The honest reviews. Everybody's messaging me, and I said, I really like the honest reviews. Keep doing it. You know, and that means a lot. I appreciate that. We said that we would do the inline reel next, which we're gonna do, but that's not gonna be pretty. Like, I've been testing yours. I've been putting time yours. I tried it again today.
Yeah.
It's not going to pass 5. Let's be honest.
If I could throw my reel down the hole in exchange for glasses, I would.
Well, that can be done. We can work something out.
We'll use it to snag the glasses.
We can work something out.
Save me a few $100.
There you go.
So you don't drink?
No.
You drink Coke, though?
I drink a lot of pops that I shouldn't, but.
Yeah, but I'm the same, man.
Yeah.
You drink. He drinks a lot of pop, too.
I drink a lot of pop. I drink whatever I want.
Beer, too. You drink Hot Miller High Life. We're next.
I drink a lot of beer.
You don't drink at all?
No, not anymore. I used to.
We don't ask about
I mean, I'll have a drink once in a while, but I don't, like, I'm not, like,
The only time I drink is on a podcast, and I'll have a wine for, like, Christmas and stuff like that. Last night I had wine because I went to the keg, so, I mean, you're going to go balls deep. You go balls deep. You get the wine.
You're into the keg.
You got to. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Did you have a fancy bottle or just like ask them?
No, I just had a glass because I was driving.
Oh, okay.
That's the big thing with me is that if I know I'm going to drive, I have one beer. Like the tournament guys, like I went out with Matt Campbell and Brian Gardy.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy, I think, was there. And they had picture on one glass.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm not risking anything, man. I mean,
they're coming out with new laws now too, which is even worse. Is you're gonna have to start putting it up so then there's 0 tolerance.
I mean, that I like it because it avoids the gray line of where, you know, I'm a big guy. I can have 3 beers.
Yeah.
You know, I got Crohn's, man. So a beer will affect me faster than anybody else in here. They're like, oh, you're lightweight. No, I got Crohn's, man. That alcohol just sits in my stomach and my lining. It goes through my lining so much quicker. My stomach lining. Sapporo. That's a 7.3 right off the bat. I'm going to rate it before I even pop it up. That's my favorite beer to have when I go to a restaurant.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So that's the Sapporo. Good beer. I'm gonna crack it open right now.
You want me to get you like some sunscreen to go with your hat, or what?
It's that light, and we got that Milwaukee light I was showing
Oh,
you
you're
guys.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sunburn tomorrow.
It's
Red light.
we're all like, we can't even see the screen because that light's right there. So that's one thing. Like I keep talking about this. You guys saw it today. Well, I just went and looked at a sled for my buddy Ono. I still have my chesty on. The guy was probably freaked out.
Yeah.
Right. I showed up with my chesty. I mean, I didn't have time to get it because we're looking for a sled for my buddy. But you guys saw it today. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of money to be put into it. Not a lot of money, but
It's a lot of work. Like you got to set up. You guys have to set up. I had to go get you come back. Like I didn't get the tripod out because we didn't really get on it. Buddy over there sets up a tip up, and it's filming. Right, my camera's here, but it's not filming unless something happens. So I got to press the button twice. And I look at him. I said, "You should have set that one up. The flag's up." He looks at me. He's like, he turns around, picks it up, looks at me. He's like, "Oh, there's a fish on." I'm like, "Ha ha, good one, bud."
Yeah.
And there's a fish on. So he set the hook, and I put the camera. But I would have loved to have the whole thing because I turned around and I said,
well, I didn't see.
"You literally took 3 steps away from
I
it."
literally took 3 steps. I don't know how I didn't hear it, but it was pretty windy out there today, so that's my excuse. But yeah, just happened so quick. That fish had it down. Like that fish wasn't coming off. So
Hook came out pretty easy.
yeah, I stuck my hand
but
down there.
it
Probably
was
shouldn't have, but
deep.
Yeah.
What was that, deep?
Yeah,
That
it
hook?
was.
pretty deep. Yeah, it was like right at the back.
Well, it's a small hook too, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
easy to take down.
The biggest thing, and the biggest thing I see out there, and that's the mentality, and I get where it comes from, is it's deep hook. Just kill it. Put it in the fridge and eat it. Fine. If you're gonna do that, good, very good to do. If you're listen, the fish gonna live, man. The fish is gonna live.
Big fish like that can put up with something like that.
Oh yeah, that thing rusts out in 3 days. 3 days. I mean, I think a Simcoe down their belly is worse because that doesn't disintegrate. But that hook rusts out quick.
Yeah.
If you take a pike gut and you open it and put it in the hood of your car, go home, wake up the next day, there's going to be a hole in your hood. There's so much acid. No, it's true. When I was in biology in high school, the guy was a drunk, big red nose and all that stuff. We went fishing and we put sunfish and baby pike into the tank. And at the end of the year, we had to gut them and inspect everything and all that stuff. And the guy said, "Look, we're going to take this. It's a piece of metal. And it's corroded through. It's a thin sheet of metal. Yeah, it's very acidic." Remember, were you with me? No, you weren't. I was fishing for pike in Cook's Bay on opener, and I was wearing flip flops, and the pike shit all over my foot. I don't care. I put it back in the water. Dude, my foot burned so much for 3 days. So much. It went raw. Because that's all acidic. These fish digest so quick, you have no idea. When you open one open and those minnows are white, that's only a couple hours, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not like us, man. We eat something that's already cooked, already processed, easy to digest. They eat something whole, and they process it quick,
Mm-hmm.
very quickly.
You got to keep going.
Yeah. So we were talking, so you came back from the lodge. I'm all over the place. You guys gotta slap me.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place, man.
I'll tell you to slow down one or the other.
Okay.
I'm all over the place. I'm 2 beers deep, so you better get Seabass on. Oh, yeah. So you came back August 15th.
Yes.
Is there cell service up there?
No cell service.
So your phone was not working unless you were on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and the Wi-Fi at the lodge, it's like that little internet stick, but one internet stick for the whole lodge. So unless you barely have service.
So the rich guy in his
satellite
lodge
phones-
that's missing his wife is just fucking
Yeah, there's you have
try to
stay
FaceTime her.
late.
He's just lagging everybody else.
Yeah, seriously. So I did an online course with school that was up there and it sucked. I
Wow.
missed 3 assignments.
So no, but that's kind of cool, like getting away from your phone.
It was, and it made me Like I came back a lot more sane than when I left, and I like appreciate little things a lot more, if that makes sense. Like even the nature, to think that there's some places in Canada that people like don't explore is unreal. And like fishing, and it's like, I don't know, my mom wants to go to Vegas, but why would I go to Vegas when I can go somewhere fishing? Like it's, you'd rather explore, you appreciate like nature a lot more.
100%, because it grounds you. That's where you're from. Or like, think about this. We're gonna go deep on the deep end here. Sebastian's drunk, but
Good Lord.
think about this. I say that to many people, like in my seminars and stuff like that. If Aaron's born in the bush, Mowgli style, he's not gonna talk to animals, right? He's gonna kill them. He's gonna eat them. And if I'm up there hiking, you know, and I meet Aaron, he's not gonna talk to me. You're an animal, right? You're an animal raised to be human.
I'd probably run away.
You know what I'm saying? But that's where we're from. We're from. So being on the lake, you connect with nature. You connect with, you know, you can't connect with concrete buildings. As much as you like cities and going out at night, there's a negative vibe to it always at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
1,000%.
100%. But
so I recommend it to anyone. Go explore the north. It's beautiful.
Jan 1971. This is not a regular podcast background. I've actually have a background. If you listen to the other podcast, I have a whole map of North America, and I did a pallet skid wall for half a day. That's not the standard podcast. We got guests here. We got Josh, the bare feet side right here, and you know. The socks. How many socks are you wearing?
I'm wearing 2 socks. I have enough socks to give both of you guys. No one would have to see your guys' feet.
One thing is, I want to do a review on the boots, and we're going to talk about it. That's probably another question I get asked about. What boots are you running in the winter? I went to Cabela's, and you told me what to buy, right? And the guys were there, right? I was with you and the boot guy, and he said, "This is the." So I've been running Cabela's boots. I don't know which one there are. I don't want to miss one.
Infernos, are they? Or the Under Armour ones?
No, the one I have, they're like the hunting one. They're moon boots.
Yeah, they're the Inferno ones. They're like 2,000 gram ones or whatever they're called.
I don't know,
Black
but
or camel.
I wear Walmart socks, which I complain about today because there's not enough elasticity here, so they fall down. No problem. If you watch my Crappie video, I walked in that slush for 6 hours. My feet were bone dry at the end of the day.
That's unbelievable.
Bone dry. But the thing is, if you get full rubber insulated, they're not as warm in minus 35.
When it gets that warm, no. Definitely not.
And I mean, I use the auger. How many holes I drilled today going like this? All the water going on my boot. They're great boots. They get a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's pretty good. You like them. But how heavy are they? They're good for you because you don't do a lot of walking. You're on your sled and you're...
No, but I've used them to walk too.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you got to have good boots.
Do they feel like snowboard boots or you can walk? Good
Oh, no,
distance?
they're moon boots.
They're moon boots?
Yeah, that's the downside is they're heavy. They're heavy.
I liked my muck boots today, though. My muck Arctic ones. I was not cold at all.
The Muck Arctic Sports, they say they're rated to -40, which a lot of rubber boots do claim they're rated to -40. But again, it's really a stress test when it comes out.
The thing is with the rubber that
stuff
needs
like
to be
that.
so thick so it's not flimsy. So you don't have extra space for the lettering, for the Gore-Tex, and that lining. I mean,
it won't have nearly
because
enough.
I'm gonna go fishing when it's minus 35. That's my favorite to go. There's nobody on the ice. It's windy. You're by yourself. Ice is super thick and safe. I go fishing when it's really cold. I have no problem. A lot of guys like their baffins. They're well priced too.
I've got baffins. I don't even know what they are. I got them out of the bargain cave before I even started working at Cabela's.
Is that where you work today?
Yeah.
Really? And they're good, yeah?
They're not bad. I've never been cold in them. I mean, I do like
What do you
my
run?
socks.
I have a pair from England. They're made out of, they're just like
I
a
like
rubber
it.
boot.
Rubber, yeah.
Rubber boot, and they've got a sheep's wool liner. And unless my feet are soaking wet from sweating so much,
Yeah.
They're never cold.
Yeah.
Today they were wet, soaking wet in the morning. I was looking for another pair, didn't find any. Wore them all day, and think on the snowmobile ride back was the only time my feet were cold.
Oh, really?
So they're a great
Yeah.
boat, but the sheep's wool is starting to wear out a little bit. Obviously, it's gonna wear out over time. But if I can find extra liners for them, I'm obviously gonna buy them. But I don't know. They're the best boots I've ever worn, especially on the ice.
What boots you running? I
Mine-
like the style of the grip on those boots.
Yeah.
Though.
No, mine are like those muck ones.
Muck
they're
Arctic
they're
Sport.
new. I just got them. I used to have the Infernos, but I had the women's one. And last year I went out and I was like freezing cold in them. But I don't know if it was because they were like a women's one versus
I had
one
the
of
Infernos
men's.
before. I returned
Yeah.
them and they got upgraded me to those ones.
I'll have to take a look. Take
Yeah.
a look at them,
but-
see what they are.
No,
Figure it
I
out.
like
I'll go
the
get them.
ones.
I'll go get them. Anybody want something to drink?
No, I'm
No,
all
thank
good.
you.
See if they got questions.
Do you have questions?
Any questions?
I can barely read it because of the
I
light.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have my
There's no
glasses.
chance you're reading them. Yeah, that's for sure. Lots of baffins. Like, I mean, I really like my baffins. The only thing I don't like about my baffins is the way the laces do up on them because they're just like a pull cord.
Yeah.
And then it gets full of water and ice and snow, and you're kicking a snowball around all day. But
Those are the Scent Lock Gore-Tex one. They're massive. They're huge.
can I see them?
They're not even camo here anymore. I mean, they're big. And these are Josh.
Jesus. There's a rubber boot, thick sole, which is good because when obviously you sit on the ice all day, that's gonna be getting cold. It's from a place called Essex. It's actually a carp fishing store where I got them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's full sheep wool. It's got a nice thick sole to it, so it's not you don't be fit if you know it's cold. But obviously, your boots you're gonna be able to find another pair. Where with mine, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I'm slowly getting into hunting, right? Now I'm into buying camo clothes. So now you need camo clothing for when you get leaves in the trees. And then camo clothing when the leaves are gone. So you need to adopt, but it gets really expensive. But these are heavy, but they do the job everywhere.
Mhm.
Even when it's hot outside, I won't sweat in those.
Really, that's good. That's
Yeah.
the Gore-Tex.
One person asked me, and I said, tune in the podcast, I'm going to answer your question. What kind of drone and what kind of camera I use? I have a DSLR 77D from Canon. I got a bunch of lens on it. The only time I film with a GoPro is when I got it on my chest.
Mhm.
GoPro session. And the drone I use, the Mavic Pro, it's right in here. Super small, comes with 3 batteries, and spare propellers, and the controller's great. I can fly 8 kilometers, I think. But from my house, I can go halfway in the middle of Lake Simcoe and see everything. So that's Mavic Pro. I mean, there's a second one that came out, but I'm still running this one. It's really hard to get a computer to run 4K. I just upgraded my computer because I film 4K now most of the time on some of the stuff. And I had a MacBook Pro from a year ago, and it was so slow at 4K. So you got to upgrade. So there's a lot of, it's a lot of money to try to keep updated and all that stuff. But the support that you guys are giving me, it's amazing, amazing.
James bought a drone, eh? He crashed it already.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where?
He got off Kijiji. That's a funny story that I can't tell on the podcast. But
Something illegal happened.
no, nothing illegal happened.
I think I know that story. You told me.
Yo, what?
Tree. What do you have with it?
Oh, he might have hit it. I don't know what he hit with it. Did he hit something with it? He was probably flying. He probably got really stoned one day. He probably trying to fly in his garage. He probably hit a statue over in the corner or something like that, or a flag or something. But
So you guys asked me what jig heads I use for the drifter. The only store that has those is Tremblay's. You got to go see my friend Remy or Alex and say Sebastien sent me here to get the jig heads for the drifter. And they do have drifter too. They have the drifter now.
they have him now?
Yeah, I was there on Wednesday last week.
So those are the infamous jig heads. He's got stock for them. I've already bought 6 packs for this season. They are called, I don't know, half-head jig heads from Berkeley. And this is all I use is the 1/8. I use the white ones. I don't know if you guys can see, but you guys can see that inside here has a lead weight. So I'm gonna prop one open. Ouch. And see how the lead here, so the head is not so bulky, which I really like, and the hook is really strong on this. I mean, we've caught big lake trouts on that. Big lake trout. 20 pounders, no problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the Pro-Am, the Simcoe Open Pro-Am, I had a 6.5 and a 6.95 on the same jig head.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
You know those, they pull on the tube, like, and they didn't bend the hook, so those are the jig heads. Did you guys discuss about the guy that lives in the winter or something? Yes, we did. We did. Alyssa talked about it. It's pretty. It's a funny story. It's really good. Sorry, are you gonna go back next year?
Yeah, I think so. I should know soon, but I really want to not serve. I'm not a good server. I drop everything. You see me fumbling around my boots. I literally.
He's clumsy.
I
You're clumsier.
I am the worst. So it's like every single day I drop things, and yeah, and I have like a passion, and I'm willing to actually be taught. So I think they'll let me do it full time, but I want it set in stone before I head up again. But
Yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, I'm getting like a new fish finder and everything.
that's gonna help because there's no maps of
Yeah, and there's no maps, and I'm getting like, well, now that you said you should spend an extra $200 and get a 10-inch screen, probably get the 10-inch, but I was originally gonna get the.
Well, for up there is a bit different. I'm talking bass here, which are smaller, so you'll get a smaller turn.
But
for those lake trout, you don't need it.
You probably don't.
But for here too.
You don't need side imaging for the lake trout.
No, but I use it here, right? Like I have my boats and everything.
Yeah.
So I want a unit I can use, and I don't want to have to buy another unit because like.
Get a 10-inch.
Waste my time. So yeah, I might get the 10-inch, but I think the best unit people have up there is like a Helix 7. I think is the biggest.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you be like, no, Alyssa, you can't guide full time when I have a better unit? And last year I had better equipment than everyone.
The thing is, with a 10, it'll drink your battery quicker than a 7.
But when you're moving all the time, I don't think it matters very much.
But these are great because
the lithium battery, right?
Yeah. The guys, the Dakota Lithium, I've went out 4 times with it without charging it. Still 100%.
It's crazy.
And you know I go all day, sun up, sun down.
That thing's ridiculous. That thing's
So the big thing with lithium too is when it goes down, it just dies. When you get to 0, it's done. Lead acid's going to try to keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm pretty impressed with that Dakota Lithium. I mean, now I'm worried because I forget about charging. You usually get into a pattern or charging thing coming back in.
Yeah, every time.
With this thing, I'm like, it's still, it's still in my truck. I'll go out tomorrow. Hopefully it's good again.
Yep. It's good to stress test it too. Then right? So you're not probably charging it when you don't need to.
So let's review 2018. What was your biggest moment in 2018 fishing wise? Catching that grayling?
No, probably my big pike. I was pumped about my big pike. I love pike.
You could have caught sunglasses today.
That probably would have been.
That would have been good for me.
That would have been hilarious. Halfway up the hole. These are my glasses.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I like pike fishing.
You're a big pike?
A big pike.
Do you have it on your Instagram?
Yeah, I do. I have a picture of it on my Instagram. It was like, I think it was, the first night we actually got to the lodge, I went fishing and I caught the biggest fish the first night.
How big was it?
We forgot a scale.
No, but lengthwise.
No, this wasn't a pike. This was a lake trout on the first night. So it's I don't know. I have a picture of it on my Instagram too, but it's extremely close to a trophy, if not a trophy. It was probably about 17, 18 pounds, and I consider 18 a trophy. Yeah. And then the next night we went out pike fishing, and I got the first trophy on the board. So I got a just over 40-inch pike.
Wow.
Yeah.
That easy, just like
Yeah. And it was
there's
just
still
like,
ice on the lake.
still ice on the lake. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. And then
It's crazy.
not that much later, so that's considered a trophy because 38 and up is. And then a couple days later, we went grayling fishing for the first time. And Arctic grayling are beautiful. And then the first grayling I caught was 2.5 pounds. So that's also considered a trophy. So
Nice.
like I got like all three
Do
of
they
the
fight a lot?
trophies. They do. They fight kind of like bass, but they're just absolutely beautiful. And it's, when you fight, they'll jump out of the water like a bass will and whatnot.
Really?
But they change color because of like it's
The background?
no.
They get pissed off or something?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll explain. It's
All
actually
right. Let me get a drink.
it has to do with their scales. Their scales are colorless. You know how you see a fish and it has color? Well, their scales are technically colorless. They have what's called purines in it, which are actually the same purine crystals are what causes like gout. And it's just something that's like in a body basically.
Yeah.
So their scales are completely colorless. And because they have crystals, when they jump out of the water, depending on the way the light hits it, it's like a prism.
See. That's
So they'll
what
jump
it's
out and they'll be like blue, and then they'll be orange, and then they'll be purple. So they like change color
That's
when they jump out of
crazy.
the water. Yeah, they're so pretty.
Wow.
So I like those. Catching those was cool.
Nice.
Aaron, you go.
What's your biggest moment 2018 fishing?
I don't know. I can't really think of one thing in particular. I mean, one thing I think was pretty neat was bass opener this year. Like we had a good bass opener this year. It wasn't spectacular, but
sturgeon?
it was pretty good. Sturgeon was good because that was one of the I don't have much experience at all on sturgeon. You've got a little bit of experience, but that was one of the events that
It's not our home
it's not
body.
home lake. So we just kind of
And there's 112 boats.
112 boats. Our game plan didn't work. Like we were
Because
trying.
we got Guggen.
We got Guggened, right? Our game plan didn't work. We scrambled. We made great decisions, and it worked out really good for us. We were quite close. We just needed a kicker, right?
Yeah,
But,
that was fun.
that was pretty fun. I mean, that was probably it too.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun at the last tournament of the year there, the one you put on Lake Simcoe.
You had fun there? We ran around more than fishing.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, definitely for sure. It was cold, but it's what you come to expect with Simcoe. I mean,
He's sitting on one spot all day.
yeah.
But you're on the right spot. Second place came from beside you. But the thing is, your first time fishing Simcoe in
Exactly.
fall.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest moment in
I
2018?
6.5 in that tournament, man.
That fish?
To be honest, I don't know. Buying my first boat was pretty big. Obviously, catching my biggest smallmouth at the end of the year.
In the
6
tournament.
Yeah, in the tournament. Tournament didn't go well, but just catching that fish
You can't
made
go
it.
to Simcoe and
Exactly. Yeah.
it's like us going to sturgeon, but that's doable on sturgeon, but you can't just come to Simcoe and smash them.
Just to be honest, just being out there with friends, girlfriend. Obviously,
Yeah.
love being on the water with her. Just being on the water.
No
with her,
special moment. Everyone in them are good.
Last winter, obviously that's last year, so it was nice seeing my girlfriend catching all her whitefish and lake trout for the first time. She's never experienced stuff like that, so I enjoy taking new people out and letting them experience the way I see it. And I don't know, I just love being with people on the water. I didn't really have
Those little
anything-
challenge, me, you, Lady Bass, that was fun.
Yeah. The start of the year for the walleye, that was
Catching walleye, casting the shore.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like you never, you came. And I told you what to do.
Yeah.
You were like, you don't.
No, I still did it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
everybody doubts it. That lake is sets up a lot different, and you obviously had your doubts, but once
It's fun.
I did it right in front of you, you could see like
because they're acting like
oh
bass.
yeah,
And you don't catch bass.
No.
You catch the odd one.
Yeah.
You almost feel bad because you think people are going to see you fish for bass, but you catch one bass all day, you caught like 30 walleye.
exactly.
It's fun.
Yeah, that lake was on pretty good. You already thrown into 2 feet of water by a dock.
Yeah.
Bring a swim bait past it and you just get
Catch
hammered by walleye
Yeah.
all day.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was
you
a
saw
lot of fun.
people saying that you got your walleye in 2 feet of water, they just shake their head and say, yeah, whatever. But my biggest walleye, 7 pounds, is out of the same lake, and I caught that on a jerk bait, and that was probably 2 feet of water. But where my jerk bait was when that walleye hit was out of the water. It came over a rock and it smacked it right on top of the rock.
Wow.
So people
That's
obviously
cool.
it's a little different. Everybody sees walleye and they're like, oh, gotta go deep. Like gotta go 20.
You see all those guys trolling over there.
Yeah, exactly. They'll troll deep, but you gotta experiment. Like I did the same thing. Like I'm not gonna say that I was perfect. I turned up and did that straight away.
Yeah.
I went deep. I found deep holes and they just weren't there. So
No.
but then again, I would start like throwing a chatterbait or something for bass in the same lake, and now I'd start catching walleye. So I did 1, 2, and 2 together and figured it out. But
that's fun. Every lake's different.
yeah,
Just as Cooch is attached, even bays in Lake Simcoe are different.
Yeah.
You know, catching largemouth in the north end compared to the south end or the east end on Simcoe is totally different ball games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, one's dock, one's weed, the other one's sand or rock piles. It's very different.
You can't really look at Cook's Bay the same way you look at the north end of Simcoe. You can't even look at the south end of Simcoe the same way you look at the north end of Simcoe.
Yeah.
It's crazy the amount of how different it is, but I guess it's like that everywhere, really. I mean, it's a totally different environment for them.
Yeah.
Right. Cooch and Cook's Bay are 2 totally different lakes.
Yeah.
Cooch and Simcoe are 2 totally different lakes.
Yeah.
Right. They don't really follow the same.
For me, 2018 was, well, there's a bunch. Like catching up lake trout live.
Yeah, the big one.
Very stressful.
Oh, for sure.
Going live takes a lot of stress on you. Not just on your data. You got 100 people watching you. You better be catching fish.
Yeah.
Like today we did a live and we didn't catch nothing. I mean, that's a bummer, but we were just explaining what we were doing. We just went on for like 20 minutes.
well, that was the thing. But one bait down, we caught one straight away. We kind of got excited about it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of.
But it's going live, catching that big lake trout last year was epic. And then for sure. No, that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. For sure, the Pro-Am on Simcoe. Fishing against Johnson Brothers. Winning the second biggest bag in the tournament, the biggest bag on day 2. I had big fish too as well on day 2. It's a lot of stress because you're fishing against 2 brothers. They're some of the best in the world.
They're very good.
You're not from Simcoe, but that's what they do for a living is fish. And that was fun. I had that tournament and it slipped out of my hand the first day, and I know, you know, that's just what happens. Fishing for everybody. I'm sure they lost fish too, right? That would have made them even better. So, yeah, the Pro-Am and that, yeah, for sure. And then definitely a first tournament on sturgeon. We put a statement out there.
It was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun because, like I said, it was something that you don't fish to come in second.
1
place.
4.5 pounder who were winning the whole thing. What did we weigh? 16?
16 something, which
What
for sturgeon.
What one?
17 something, I think.
Yeah.
And we had like all of our fish were cookie cutters. We had like 2.5 pounders.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, 3
3 something. But.
Fourth. 112 bubbles.
Yeah, I can't really think about it. Obviously, it would have been good.
What was the paycheck for that? It was all right.
Yeah,
It was more than
1200 or
that.
something.
Yeah. It was all right.
Not bad. I mean, it almost paid for the rest of the season. Right.
Yeah, I covered some entries.
Yeah.
The rest of the season we shot back. We finished 10th overall in the CSFL.
Yeah. But we only made it in money once. We were always like.
That is one thing. If Andy's listening, my friend, every angler that fishes the CSFL, depending on which division they are, you can fish whatever tournament quantities, minimum tournament entries that you need to do and finish dead last, and you're going to qualify for the Classic. The Classic's not made to have 100 boats. Forest Wood Cup, Bassmasters Classic, 50 boats each.
Yeah.
They cut the field from 250 boats. Why do we need to have a Classic with more boats than we do on a rig? Cut it down to 30. Top 10 from each division. Guys will put more time into it. They'll have more pride into their standing. They'll put more practice into it. I mean, then it's going to mean something. Don't get me wrong, Andy. I love you to death. But the classic, anybody can qualify. It doesn't have the prestige it should have.
Yeah. I think what they used to do is Andy used to have a national classic and like a Bass Mania classic or something
Well,
like
we
that.
did that.
And
We finished top 10 for 2 years in a row. Once was with you, one was with Steve.
Yeah, no. But they used to have two classics. They used to have one that was more exclusive. It was like a top 30 or top 20 or something like that. And then he had the national classic.
Yeah.
Right, which was the one.
What I'm saying is the classic I feel should be 30 boats.
Yeah.
Right? You shouldn't have more boats at your classic than you do at your regular tournament. It should have a prestige. Only like you're up and coming. Let's say you enter the CSFL. Your goal is not to win a tournament. Your goal is to make this the classic.
Well, that's the same as FOW and Bassmaster. You watch any videos of any of the anglers.
It's being at the Forest Wood Cup or the Bassmasters
That's
Classic.
what they work for
Now-
all year.
Yeah, now if you're like, well, I don't care. I'm going to finish dead last in every tournament. I'm going to do the classic. No. Andy, please make it strict.
So
Everybody will tell you the same thing. I'm the first one to tell you. A bunch of guys in the Western agrees. You made it go. Anyway, don't leave it at that. You guys like ice fishing, but it's true though.
Yeah.
You want. It's like the divisionals. People put time into doing the divisionals, not CBF or doing it. Well, top 3 events. Anybody can fish the divisionals. Well, there's no pride in it.
No.
It's like, you know, I was so proud. I remember trying to do divisional. I finished. They were taking 12 boats. I finished 15. I was so I almost made the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now everybody.
Now everybody fishes it. Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's. If you make it too easy, people give up. If you were to go fish Lake Simcoe and catch 20 lake trouts every time you went, it'd be boring.
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
For sure.
Believe me, it would be. If you go out there and you don't have a challenge, it would be boring. If you play Mario Kart and it's a straight line the whole time, are you going to play Mario Kart? You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
You want a challenge. If you play Red Dead Redemption, the game you're playing, if you finished it in an hour, are you going to play it?
No. I mean,
You want a challenge. People in life appreciate challenges more than and hardship more than they think. Because when you look back in life, that was really tough. I went through that. They're proud of it.
And it gives you a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. Like if Simcoe was an easy lake, you went out there and caught 20 lake trout every day. You posted that on Instagram, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh no, anybody can catch 20 all day, right?" But if you go out there and catch 20 a day right now, Simcoe, well, first of all, most people won't believe you, but it's something to be proud of, right?
It's true. But going back to ice fishing, vented on that. Pespinch was asking, you didn't talk about floater shin suit. You have the Mustang one, which is pretty much. I have
the coat.
When you took it off, it was on the chair. I looked at it. It's a life jacket.
It is. It's bulky.
Was it warm on a snowmobile?
Yeah. It was fine on the snowmobile.
Yeah.
But what I did notice at the end of the day, there's like a black strip on the arm, and that part isn't waterproof because I was laying.
Well, yeah,
fishing
but
for my
you're laying
glasses.
there for a
But
long
the rest of it totally waterproof.
Yeah.
But no, it's a little bulky. I wish I would have went with a larger size. Like I got the medium, but I
You
wish
should
I
have
got
got large, so you get.
Yeah. So
tight.
I could move because I was walking around and I can't
It's a
see
stiff
what I'm
suit,
doing.
but you only have the top end, right?
I only have the top. Aaron has a floater too, but his floater is like
A Helly Anson, which I
Helly
used to have.
It's a one piece.
Bulletproof.
I've gooned it pretty good. If anybody's gonna goon it, it's gonna be me. And it's completely waterproof. Like
Bulletproof.
I've never been wet in it.
You can wash it.
Yeah, I like the suit. The problem with it is you can't move in it. It is a
And
suit.
no. The problem with that suit is you can't fart in it.
Well, that's an issue.
Because there's a one piece. Listen, we all fart.
Yeah, I'm a lady, dude. I don't fart.
Yeah, you probably don't. But man, I got some raunchy stuff. When I come back from Mexico and I'm fishing, I mean, you farted an hour ago and you just go like, oh, good God. You just moved and it comes right through.
I've had farts that stink so much I smell it the next time I put on my suit.
For sure, man. That Helly Anson suit is like a Tupperware, dude.
It for sure.
Tupperware.
And I feel like the material on the inside, the felt, it like collects the stink, man. It does. I'm serious. Don't smell one, especially not Seb's. You've got the FXR, which is like not a floater suit, but
It has flotation
it has
abilities.
flotation ability.
I think it depends because you can get the like the Mustang one, and is yours Coast Guard certified
Mine
as well?
is Coast Guard certified.
Yeah, so the Coast Guard certified one, and I know.
But the only thing with the Coast Guard certified is the Coast Guard certified from the U.S. doesn't mean it's certified by the Coast Guard in Canada.
I think the Mustang ones are.
That's the big thing because we fish Lake Erie and Lake Ontario.
Uh-huh.
My Coast Guard certified floater suit isn't certified for the U.S.
Mhm.
Coast Guard. I mean, they're gonna float. They're gonna come rescue you. You might just get a ticket.
Yeah.
That's the thing. My floater suit, which is you don't have a floater suit, right? You should.
Yeah.
Shelby, get him a floater suit for his birthday, please. And the biggest misconception about floater suit is you people think because they got a floater suit, it's like the same thing as people think they got 4x4 in the snow that they never get stuck on the highway. They can do 120 in snow. No,
Shall have a Volvo.
no. I mean, it doesn't keep you warm. I have a FXR. They look great, super warm. Not Coast Guard rated either or. They call it a flotation device. But if I go through and it's like the ice is gray, like when the ice is bad, like gray, they ain't finding me because my suit's gray. There's no color where they're gonna. Hey, he's over there.
Yeah, they look
I'm
silly,
camel.
but that's what they're
Yeah.
for. Is,
So
yeah,
the
something
Helliansen,
spotted.
Sailors, they're colorful.
Mustang,
Mustang.
probably one of the biggest companies.
I really wish FXR made a suit
That
because I
was-
like the FXR one that I have, but with like a bright cap or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You find it to warm your FXR one, you can move it a little bit better than your Helly Hansen.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can take your top off. That's the big thing I like about. That's why I got rid of the Helly Hansen is you get in the hut, you take your top off, but the Helly Hansen, you're like they're
Mhm.
there. So now you try to get a lake trout and your pants are falling off.
Yeah,
and you're
for
like,
sure.
oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone just asked, how do you fish differently with a tube and a swim bait for Lakers and whitefish?
I mean a tube I won't move it. I don't move the tube.
Well, this is a Seb question, but I might want to pipe up after you're done your
Yeah.
answer.
The tube I don't move it. It's a puked up bait fish, and then if a fish comes, I'll move it. But I dead stick it.
Mhm.
The swim bait, I'm gonna go up and down the water column,
Mhm.
right? And a tube, when you see a fish, I don't reel as fast because the tube will go in circles like this coming back up. Instead of a swim bait's gonna go like this. So there's different retrieve speed between the swim bait and the tube. Pipe up.
My take on it is you gotta it's what you said, but you gotta think of what you're trying to imitate with the bait.
Yeah.
So a tube, you're not really trying to imitate a herring going up and down,
Yeah,
down the water column.
Slow. Yeah.
So if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense to be reeling a tube.
You
super
get a
fast.
lot of fish on a tube when you drop it.
Yeah.
Try to get a swim bait bite on a drop. You will.
Yeah.
Not as much as you would on a tube.
Mhm.
I've caught whitefish dropping it down.
The tube for
Yeah.
sure. 'Cause you
It
can
just
watch
looks
the
like a
column.
puked up bait fish that's slowly going down. They're like, I gotta grab that. Right?
That's my stationary bait. And I use a swim bait. I always, if I'm out there by myself in my hut, I always have a tube or a big like gambler swim bait sat up pretty high because you always get those cruisers coming in higher.
Well, they look up.
So-
They never look down.
Exactly.
Swim trouts, lake trout's not like what's on bottom. It's always like I'm on bottom and I'm looking what's what's that? I'm gonna go check it out.
So I always have that either a tube, big tube, or a big swim bait kind of bait with a paddle tail, just sitting still 2 feet away from me, and then I'll keep the swim bait moving constantly, or rod trap or something like that. That's the way I fish it, anyways.
That confuses the fish. Think you lose fish because of that?
Some cases, yes. You get a really active fish that's darting back and forth and just can't grab it, and you get it high enough, and they'll see the other bait. They will get confused. But then other times you'll get them that high, they'll see the other bait and they'll go
and
crush
then
the
they
other
go
bait.
crush the other
So,
bait. Yeah,
Sometimes it's
up and
good.
down.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. If I don't have that bait down, sometimes it'll just come right to the ice and they'll just go away. They won't even bother. Drop it down, they won't even chase it.
It's good to have a
It
bait.
depends on the day too. The other big thing is we are talking shallow stuff for the past 2-3 years. That's what we've been catching them on, but I bet you this year will be different.
It's
Bet you a lot of those fish are going to be deep now. That Kempenfeld bite's going to be good again. I mean, there's always a 2-year cycle in Simcoe, 2-3 year cycle. But fishing 2 bait, it's going to confuse the hell out of them.
A lot of times.
That's why we were looking at that picture, the graph screenshot.
That's kind of why I brought it up.
That fish didn't bite because he was confused as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why every time I fish deep, if there's a fish active, whoever's the bait we think goes first, the other guy's got to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Get out. Do not confuse that fish. Because then he's like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at the other one. Like, he's like me, man. Blue, green, muffin, squirrel. You know, you want to keep him focused on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing.
Where I fish is a little different, though. Where I'm fishing, they're a little more stupid. You guys are fishing for, like, a big bite a day on Simcoe. That's kind of what you're going for. You're not really going for numbers. Where I am, there's a lot smaller fish, and yeah, you're gonna get the big bite here and there, but you're gonna have to go through a lot of little fish too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little different. Where if there's 2 baits there, most of the time that it's gonna hit one or the other. But on Simcoe, they're gonna be a little different. So obviously, depends where you are, what lake you're on, how the lake trout act different to different baits.
Mm-hmm. The 2 baits can be good too, because if you have one halfway up the water column, like what you're saying, the roamers in the middle of the water column will come in and they will approach that bait.
Exactly.
And you won't be wasting your time on the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
like that fish, if it's coming up at 30, you're fishing at 50, he's not going to be looking down at your bait. He's going to be looking up.
For sure.
So
there's a lot of fish that do that.
Yeah,
right?
Like I catch just as many fish having that bait just sat still, and then all of a sudden your rod will just start falling out the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to catch a lot of fish with it just sitting there. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have to be moving, but obviously if you get the mark coming in high, you might as well fish it. So
yeah. A lot of people are asking ice conditions. I don't have ice conditions. I'll have them tomorrow. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll try to go around the lake for you guys, but otherwise I don't. Some bays are frozen, and if it gets cold tonight, we might have 4 inches for the first, but it'll be very sketchy with the wind.
One day it will mess it up.
Yeah, it's a really strong southwest in on the first, and man, it's sketchy. The only, it's I don't know. Take your time, man. There's no rush.
Sure.
There's 3 months of fishing. Ice is coming. Ice is coming for sure. 100%.
Ice is sweet.
But if you guys got questions, shoot them up.
It should be you.
Don't forget to hit the like button. You know, that helps us a lot. 49 likes. We got 85 people watching. A lot of people are coming in just to try to, see the ice condition. That's one thing. I don't do ice reports because I don't want that kind of following where people are just. No, it's people who give ice reports. I mean, people who are going to support them. You guys are supporting me here. You're watching this. You're liking this. I mean, I don't want to be the guy that just being followed because of ice conditions. I mean, ice conditions, you got to go look and take the time. And that's one thing I saw on a Facebook group. I think it's Lake Simcoe. Well, what's wrong with asking how's the ice on Cooch? I don't fish Cooch. First time today I fished Cooch. Ice fishing in 2-3 years. Obviously, I'm able to go check the ice. It's 10 minutes from my house. But everywhere I've been fishing for walleye, crappies, and all that stuff, it's 2 hours from my house. I don't know anybody. I take the truck and I go see. I go see for myself. I don't trust anybody. You shouldn't trust a muk online like me telling you the ice is safe on Cooch. Go check it yourself. Spend the time. Take your kids. You want to go fish with your kids. Take it up there and check it out. If it's close, take it to Tremblay's. Take it to Apps. There's tons of stuff to do around here. I mean, You do not believe any mook online like me how the ice condition is. Because it might not be safe for you, it might be safe for me, and vice versa.
It's hard to trust someone online, you know.
Nah, the man.
There's a lot of
I don't drink, but there's guys that's
Right.
all they do every night, and they get on there and they go like, bah, 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 like the video we just watched about the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So
There's a lot of ignorant people out there, and there's a lot of ignorant people that are like, "Oh, the ice is safe," but they don't know. The best way, you have to know for yourself, right?
Cookie Heroes.
Cookie Heroes?
Yeah, Steve, your buddy Steve told me that.
Cookie
He
Heroes?
was talking about this one guy.
He's probably
He's a
talking about
cookie
me.
hero. No, he talks about the Cookie Hero.
Yeah.
That was a good story. Cookie Heroes. No, you gotta go check, man. You live in Hamilton, you want to know how much the ice is on Cooch? Sure, check the report, satellite imagery. Go check it out yourself, man. Unless, you know, people, go check it out yourself. We went out. We know what everybody's saying online. 7 to 8 inch on Cooch. What's the first thing we did today?
Check the
We
ice.
checked the ice a couple times.
Mhm.
I'm not going to trust anybody. You see me do a video out there and say, oh, Tug of Hope is good. We got 4 inches of black ice. That doesn't mean that an airport road's going to have 4 inches.
Mhm.
You got to check everywhere you go. Unless we're in the middle of season, and I know there's 10 inches of ice, I'm not going to check it. But early season, take the drive, man. Trust me. You know, especially if you're going to fish Cooch, you're not dragging a sled, you're not dragging a trailer. You got a little car coming from the city. It's going to cost you $40 of gas. When I went and fished that walleye spot, that's 2.5 hours
Mhm.
one way.
Mhm.
5 hours. It's a full tank of gas. I don't even. We did it, me and you.
We went there.
Me and him did it. We went
walked
there.
through the bush for
We
what,
walked
3
through the
hours?
bush for at least 6 hours.
Yeah.
Got rained on.
Poured on.
We didn't fish. The ice wasn't safe enough.
We got there. I stood on the one corner and my boot went straight through, and there was just
That's
nothing there.
what it is. I
You
could have
picked
asked
up a
people
rock.
online. I'm not going to believe them.
No, you picked up a rock. threw
There's
it right
webcams
straight
over there.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you're not gonna know.
Yeah. If I wasn't so fat, we would have ice fished it. So.
I actually had someone tell me to work the other day. It said, Seb needs to be smaller. I'm like, what are you talking about? Seb needs to be smaller.
Why?
It's like, for the amount of ice fishing he does on skinny ice, Seb needs to be
Bro,
smaller.
if
I'm
I
like,
go through, though, I'm going to be safe longer than you, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's true. I'm like a beluga, bro. I'll get on the ice. What's a beluga? Those big seal with the fucking thing on there.
Walrus?
Walrus.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
I could see you coming down through the ice.
Hey, we
back
were
up
running
and
for
see-
those dip-ups today. I said, I don't run fast, but I run all day.
Well, I run all day.
Bro, I'll get to the finish line before anybody else, but I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to run a 10-yard dash at full speed. Any good bait shop or just open bait shop?
No, they're talking about like just calling a local bait shop to see if people are fishing. Honestly, I wouldn't go by that to see if it's safe to go on the ice.
I'm going to get hated for that.
Someone could go on the ice and not be safe.
The thing is, there's different safe ice. I know we talked about this one kid asking today, my dad won't let me on the ice. Well, your dad doesn't feel it's safe. I get it. We had a mild spot. There's current in Cooch. We're familiar with Cooch, where the current goes, but I mean, I get that. You know, you got to be careful. You can drive a car on some of that place on Cooch right now. No problem. There's 10 inches of ice. The other spot was 6 inches. You guys want to talk about safe ice? I don't know if we're going to be able to play that. Oh, it's right here. This is me on my crappie spot. The first day I went out was super mild. I went through that channel, no problem. The second day, everything tightened up. I went back to that channel, and that's what happened.
Look what just happened. That's open water right here. Almost went through.
So I went out with my snowmobile back to the first spot where I caught those crappies, and I went back through that channel. I was doing 70 kilometers an hour, and thank God the ice broke and the sled go. I just pinned it. I got out. Hydroplaned out. Buddy with his quad behind me. I pinned the brakes as soon as I knew that it was good ice.
Mm-hmm.
I told him to stop. So I mean, there's no safe ice out there, and that's true. You got to check it yourself. Don't go on a Facebook group where everybody wants the hero cookie and they're going to tell you what you want to hear or not want to hear, or they're going to tell you the ice is not. Go check it out, man. You took a trip out.
Yeah, the key is really being prepared too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. You guys didn't ice fish for a while. You guys both had your ice picks today.
Mhm.
I know I didn't have needed my ice pick around my
Yeah.
neck. I checked it, but you guys, I'm not going to trust the Guggen Seabass.
Well,
It's true though.
I'm gonna trust anybody. It's gonna be you, but I'm not.
No, you know what I mean.
prepared,
Don't.
right?
Yeah.
God forbid something
Yeah.
bad happens.
Don't trust anybody.
You got to be prepared.
This is life right there.
Like,
Things change quick.
mhm.
Like I was out yesterday, 2 days ago. Perfect ice, nothing wrong
I
with
am.
it. But that was the day that was
Yeah.
nice and mild. Well, not nice, but it was all mild, and there was a couple inches of water on the ice. When we were drilling our holes, you could see the water, all the water from all
Yeah.
the just turning, just going straight down the holes. Next day, I went out with my girlfriend, went to the same spot, same holes. I went over, busted the one hole, stood next to it, and my foot went right through.
Mhm.
What
it
had
was
happened?
bigger,
The
bigger.
water,
Yeah.
the water had made a current, and it had opened it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
If someone would have done that, they would have gone straight into
Yeah.
straight under.
That's how you
And
break
then
your
those-
ankle, your
Exactly.
leg.
There was pressure cracks everywhere
Yeah.
on that lake too. Same thing. All the water ran to the one spot, and it had made the spot bigger. I'm not saying the whole lake is going to be like that, but you're going to have to. You got to keep your eyes open. You got to be prepared for if one day you do step in that hole,
It's true.
because
though.
it had the tiny little skim of ice on it
Yeah.
from that night. You can't see it.
And you don't know too either if somebody, like you can be on 24 inches of ice. What if the guy did sight fishing holes like
Yeah.
you did today?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're through. Hey, there's some sunglasses at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab them.
Prescription glasses.
Prescription glasses. Guys are asking about Steve. I mean, we've been over it. Oh, Aaron's like, he's gonna put his hoodie. Me and Steve had a falling out. We don't fish together anymore. He decided to associate with a criminal, so that's not something I'm gonna. There you go.
God.
His name's Tom, by the way.
Oh
It's
God.
probably him over there.
What? Okay.
Tom K, yeah.
There's a Tom
Yeah.
K right there.
Yeah.
That's that question.
What a coinky.
Wonder if he typed that up with his one tooth or something.
Oh God.
Anyway. But hey, no, Steve's a good guy, man. I wish him the best. I mean, try talking to me. The ice fishing charge is too busy, but it's I fish a lot of tournaments, and there's a lot of politics in tournaments. I have a lot of money tied up in tournaments. I have a bass boat, brand new engine, Solix 15s. I mean, I spend a lot of money in tournaments. You know how much the entries
Mhm.
cost because you're paying them.
Mhm.
I paid a fuel for pre-fishing and all that stuff. Thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm not gonna associate my name with somebody who got caught cheating before. Plain and simple. Right? I mean, I respect sport. I pay my license fees. I don't poach. I don't overfish. I don't snag fish.
Mhm.
And I don't associate my. And Steve doesn't do that when I
No.
fish with him.
No, Steve's very respectful of that.
Yeah, but he associates with himself with the wrong person, and I was like, with all due respect, I'm out. So that's what happened.
Someone asked earlier what was our favorite fish to catch, all of us. What's your favorite fish to catch?
Damn, lake trout
Lake trout?
for sure, man. I'd rather catch a 20-pound lake trout than a 6-pound bass.
Oh well, yeah. You can't really compare the two. But
So much fun on the ice, man.
it's fun. It is fun. I'll give you that. I'm a bass guy. I like fishing for bass, but
What about to target though? Because I think there's a difference between fish you're actually catching. Because obviously you're gonna want to go with a big fish with a big fight, or like something like you're targeting them different, right? There's some things that you're doing that's boring when you're targeting. It's like pike fishing targeting.
Yeah, but I
Literally
think
just
the
throw
lake
some
trouts
snares
and
and
the whitefish, especially the lake trout, compared to bass you need a pattern. The lake trout, you need a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So Buddy can be beside you 20 feet away. You'll have 10 lake trouts on ice and you'll have 0, or vice versa, because he's got the pattern. The
Mhm.
bass, I mean, there's so much pressure on the bass that everybody's got that pattern dialed in somewhat.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
To me, what's your favorite fish?
Oh,
Carp?
largemouth any day.
Largemouth?
Any day. Big flipping weight, big flipping jig, punching weed.
Yeah, that's what you did a lot this year.
Yeah, that's all I did all year.
Yeah.
That's how it couple of my big fish there. That's
Yeah.
just what I like to do. Obviously, I like carp fishing too.
640 smallmouth.
Yeah.
That's
You wanna
that's
rather
a
catching that big
fish,
smallmouth?
man.
No, I like the big, heavy rod, heavy line, heavy weight,
Something
big
like
hook.
laying
So,
the
like,
boost to 'em.
Exactly. Something about flipping into a set of weeds, just lifting, and then it just gets hard. You just hear your drag scream and your line braid screaming too. I don't know, something about it. You don't have to move far. You don't have to constantly be on the trolling motor. Obviously, smallmouth is sometimes a little different. You could sit there with a tube and spot on, or
Yeah, they move a
chuck
lot.
and swim bait all day or jerk bait. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something about just flipping and punching stuff. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, it's fun. That
Second would definitely be carp though. I love.
There was a year on Simcoe 3 or 4 years ago where you could only get those lake trout hitting bottom lures, like literally on bottom, and it was like a jig bite. Don't. And you'd be like, it was so much fun. Remember that?
Yeah.
You could only catch them on lipless on bottom, and your bait had to be flicking like a dead shad or a dead herring, and you could only get them on lipless with no ball bearings in them, so you have to drill them out and epoxy them, and that one color. That's crazy. I never. It hasn't happened since, and I've tried it last year, and I didn't catch one doing that. What about your favorite fish?
My favorite fish? I don't know, man.
Okay, you're dying tomorrow. What fish are you catching today? Do you want to catch?
Me? Like through the ice or?
Yeah, you watched the
Anything.
bird box thing. They tell you got an hour to live. What are you
don't know.
fighting?
I mean, if we're talking about seasons or anything, one thing that I didn't really have a desire to do until recently, and everybody says they want to do it, is saltwater fishing. Right?
Yeah, man, that'd be so much.
Everybody before I was like, oh, I think it's kind of overrated. Everybody's like, oh, I want to catch a big tarpon or something like that. But even fishing the flats for like bonefish or tarpon, snook or redfish, I think that'd be so much fun. I think that'd be so neat. Like I don't need to go out there and catch like a big grouper or go catch a sailfish or something like that. But just the snook, the redfish, I think that's pretty neat. Something I want to do.
Ray Halley says, when's the Quinty trip? I mean, if there was solid ice right now, which there might be in some areas, but then again, that means I got to drive 2.5 hours because I'm not going to believe any mucks. So unless I know there's safe ice, I'm going to drive there. I mean, it's like drought season. I'm going to do my due diligence and then, go around here. If I got to go to Halliburton for lake trout season, it's probably what I'm going to do. Lake of Bays up there.
I think it's frozen.
I don't think so.
We'll have to,
It's
be careful.
Yeah. It's supposed to snow heavy too, tonight or tomorrow night, 10 centimeters.
Wow.
So whatever layer of ice you get when the snow happens, it insulates that ice and it won't grow as quick as it should.
Yeah.
We got a couple of questions.
How often do you put new braid on? Someone also asked earlier about do you change your braid every year? So kind of the same question.
I think I have braid on my ice.
1-2's asking about the source adapter for the end batteries. They're out there. I just got to bring them into Canada, and I want to test it myself. So it's being shipped. Once that's done, I'll sign up a deal with those guys and I'll bring them in. M18 battery. How many holes we drilled today? You think?
Oh, a ton.
Because we were drilling, each one of the sight holes was probably 8 holes?
6.
6.
So we drill 6 sight holes times 6.
And then we
6 times 6. So how much is that? 36.
And then
plus 5. No, more than that because we were not setting up. So plus 8 holes.
Each hole.
Yeah.
Each time we moved, which was 3.
But plus we drilled an extra load of holes too, just trying to find the depth. So
And we drilled all those ones so you could try and bring the fish.
So wait, what do you think? Like
a ton. We literally drilled
65 holes?
Yeah.
So 65 holes, and I got home, I checked my battery, and I still have 3 on my 12 amp. Go grab the other one.
It's right here.
That's gonna be warm, man.
So
I'm gonna rate the Sapporo.
Man.
Should I rate the Sapporo? 7.3 right off.
7.3.
Already,
Final
right?
answer.
Sapporo's great, but with the Sapporo, like if I'm gonna drink some beers, I'm not having another one.
No,
Okay.
you're done.
I'm
Cut
not.
off.
You're
No.
gonna go for the
Yeah, I
8
was gonna
again.
say I don't think you should.
No, I'm getting another one. We're getting deep tonight, boy.
Oh god.
Oh, God. But for real, so how often do you change your line?
I change mine every year.
I think I've got braid on some of my ice rods from like long enough ago that Sebastian would get mad at me.
Why?
But it's really the
If it hasn't changed color,
it's the condition of the line, not so
Yeah.
much the age
here's
of
the
it.
big thing with braid. You get check this out, guys. You get braided line on your reel. Think about this. You get braided line on your reel. It's all wet. You put it in your hut. You go home. It's minus 25 outside. What do you think happens?
Freezes and expands.
And it freezes and expands.
Mhm.
What do you think happens to your? It just stretches out because it freezes. It tenses up all that line.
Mhm.
That 10-pound line is now 5 pounds. Bring your rod inside. Don't leave it in the garage or in the truck.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know that, I had a spool of 8-pound braid that I purchased off an auction guy, and that he told me, "Oh, these all got water damage, but they're still good." I used them, and the water got out. But one of the spool, I never got out of the pack for 3 years. It stayed in my garage. I went to line it up, dude. It was like hair.
It was thin.
It was 20-pound braid. I would go like this, tick, tick, because it got soaked and never dried outside the package, and it froze, defroze, froze, defroze. So that's one thing you got to think about. Like, yeah.
You just gotta keep.
What do you think of the Simcoe ice rods? I mean, I'm not a fan of them. Paid a lot of money. It's not that I'm not a fan of them. I'd like, if you're gonna put a butt on an ice rod, put a real butt. That's a butt right here, right? I can lay my wrist right here and fight a lake trout here for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna get tired because she's fighting, so my arm's gonna get tired. Imagine not having a butt and my wrist does the whole work. This is not a butt right here. That's a butt right here. So the St. Croix, they stop right here. 13 Fishing does the same thing. The only lake trout rods out there that are worthy to talk about, they're right here. They're right in McGill, 48, 36, 48,
50.
and 50. With a real butt. I think Streamside has one that has a real butt as well.
They've got a longer butt. There's a few companies out there that have a longer butt. The longer Fenwick or the bigger Fenwicks, they have a longer butt.
No,
too.
they don't.
They're a little bit shorter than that.
Can you rest your butt on the wrist here?
Yeah, the 42s.
The 42s you can?
The
Really?
42s you can.
Yeah, and it's a bit longer, but it's like right here.
It's a bit shorter than that. It's not quite as long, but it's a bit shorter than that. Full cork too.
That's what I see. That's for our fishing. If you're going fish for crappie, you don't need a butt. You're like this, right?
Yeah.
It's not you like that guy on the video, right? My grandfather invented this rod in 45 degree. Well, tip your rod down. But you know, lake trout, big fish fishing. You want that butt, and you want to, yeah. Where can I get 36? Well, you have to be at the ice fishing show before it's sold out, my friend.
Yeah.
I had 200 rods. What am I supposed to do? Bring 1,000?
1,000.
No, but bro, Amazon might have them. Cabela's has 36s. No, they don't.
48.
Seabass Outdoor bought everything. Right, Miguel had in 36 inches, literally. The ice fishing
Those
depot.
boxes of Right McGrew at Tremblay's when I was in there. I don't know the sizes of them though.
Uh-oh.
They were just on the ground. I didn't really open them up.
When'd you go there?
Wednesday.
Right McGill's also Eagle Claw. So
Yeah,
I
Eagle
don't
Claw.
know.
I don't know how big they were. The boxes were pretty long. I don't think they were as long as that. I don't think they were going to be 36, but there were some bigger ones in there. So maybe they're stocking up. On
Maybe.
water
You know
rods.
what's a good ice rod too? Is that amp.
Those
Berkeley
amps are
amp.
good. I don't see them anymore. I don't know what happened to them.
Sell has them.
Do they?
$20.
They're cheap. They're a decent
20.
rod.
Eds has them.
They're the tips on them tend to break off a little bit, but if you stick
$20.
with them, it's not bad. They're a good rod.
Chuck them. Like, this is not bad either. How much? $35. You know, and what's the difference between this and a rod that you get that's a foot longer for bass.
Not much. No, it's a very similar
Price
rod.
difference, $100 difference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right. So I got a couple more of these. If you guys want the bait casting ones like this, I got about 8 left them. So
I'm gonna buy one.
what lady bass do?
I think he's talking about the show.
How are you gonna fit that rod in one man hut? I don't. I don't. I have a resort, and I don't. You fish outside. That's it's not that long. See, I can grab it like this. Perfect for lake trout and whitefish. I mean,
That's your side.
if it doesn't fit one man hut, get a bigger hut. Is what I'm saying for Simcoe. I mean, that's just my thought, but you don't have to, right? It's not for everybody, those long rods. But once you got one pin on this, they don't come out. You have more leverage. You have more pressure on here. It's very different. You got a backbone instead of no backbone, all mushy.
Got a lot of power on that rod.
Like a lot of guys are raving about the Athos,
The Athos
thinking that they're more sensitive. I mean, you want to fish with a hockey stick, just take a hockey stick, put an eyelet on it. They're like this long. This I have leverage. Like I don't need to set the hook like this. I set the hook like this. Now I got enough leverage.
No, I haven't had a great. I do have an Athos, but I haven't had a great idea of its sensitivity. I haven't really got a great sensitive bite on it. But those Ray McGills are surprisingly sensitive. I was very impressed with the 36 when we went fishing for perch and walleye there. The 36 was very sensitive for a stiff rod. I mean, you could feel him bite. It was great.
Oh God.
Here we go.
First season with a 36. I caught a bunch of fish on the 36. I like it. It's a good overall rod.
Yeah.
You have that 28 panfish rod from right
I do.
It's your favorite rod now.
Oh yeah, I love that rod. I think I kind of like it because it's unique and I want to get one. But
He's got a 28 right in McGill. That's that Epps gave it to. They gave it to you for $10.
no, they sold it. Yeah, they sold it to me. I don't know what they charged me for it. I didn't really care.
I tried it. Sensitive. That's
Very
sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sensitive.
Bit too light for whitefish.
Oh no, I wouldn't be using it for whitefish. No way. Even big perch, like you're gonna get owned on a 12-inch perch. It's gonna be a lot of fun with that. But good for when they're biting light, right?
Sancor medium is way too stiff. If you're fishing for pike and all that stuff, that's up to you, right?
A stiff rod beats you.
I like Toyota. Doesn't mean it's their best brand truck out there. Dodge makes good trout for it. It's all good. That's just what I believe in. The big thing about, and I think I get more respect is, I'm not pro staff for anybody. I'm not going to shove anything down your throat that I haven't tested and say, it's like those guys getting a brand new pack of baits. This is the greatest pack bait ever. It just came out last week. How did you try it?
Yeah,
There's too much of that in fishing.
there's a lot of that.
You can't too much politically correct. People are tired of that. Just be yourself. You're gonna get much further.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons the Guggen squad went, because they were themselves. Like Perrick, as much as people want to think he's an idiot, he was himself out there. That's why he blew up, breaking his reel, and it's just that's who he is. You snapped off big fish. I seen you freak in my boat.
Yeah.
That's just you.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
if you're in video, like, I just lost a 10-pound bass.
I'm gonna throw my rod on the ground.
This is a great rod, by the way. No, be yourself.
Yeah.
Snap. It's okay to snap. We're human beings. Animals raised to be humans. Go back to that, but with Kevin's get together is going to be in February. His family's putting that together. It'll be a Kevin get together memorial. We're all going to meet up on the ice, probably same spot as last year, or maybe a perch spot. We're all going to hang out. That'll be great. Hopefully you guys come. He put a lot of energy, and his family want to do that. That'd be cool. In February, we're all going to ice fish together, and my hut's going to be out there. Kevin's hut's going to be out there, and we're just going to go enjoy like we did today. Today wasn't about catching fish. Although I said we're going to catch 25 of them. I was far wrong. I jinxed it. And you jinxed it. But it was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't have one rod in my hand. Well, no, I tried catching some bass.
We did.
But and we respected the law. You know,
We did.
we were 4 guys. Well, 4 person, a girl and 3 guys. So 4
Just to clarify.
4 people. We had at best altogether 7 rods in the water.
Mhm.
So we could have had an extra rod. We didn't. But you know, we respected the law. It's 2 rods. So if we had 5 tip ups and we had 2 rods inside that you guys were jigging through. So we didn't break any law, and that I liked it about that. We didn't. Oh, you know, nobody's gonna see us in the nah, man. It was cool. I didn't fish, man. I was just looking for those tip ups.
Yeah, we didn't fit for most of the day. Me and you didn't have rods in our hand.
Yeah. I was just waiting there. I don't want somebody's safe flag. I just want to run, you know?
We weren't stressing about it though, too, which is another thing. Like you go out sometimes, the way you want to do is catch fish, but we're just out there having a good time. Cooked some sausages, ate some candy. Like it wasn't
You ate them all, bro.
It wasn't a high stressful day.
No, it was
nice
relaxing in the hut.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. It was fun time.
It was a good time.
Dinky fish, but fun times.
Well, Josh caught a big one. Josh probably caught the most amount of dinky fish and the biggest fish.
Yeah.
I'll send you a video. You put it on your Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put it on Instagram.
So if you guys want to see a video, the big pike he caught today, go check his Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Josh Dixon 97.
Aaron Vela 97.
Same age.
Oh, how cute.
What the hell?
Matching sweaters.
You're born in November. When's your birthday?
August 20th.
You're Leo. Oh, are you?
Yeah, Leo, I think.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think.
Think.
Big Rainbow's New Year's Day. That's cool,
Josh
man.
is going to get type 2 diabetes.
Oh,
Hey, bro, I would have it before him. Trust me.
You know how many times I hear that? Like a day?
You don't want diabetes.
No. It's not even like a joke about that. That's the thing. I drink too much pop, so.
Born the man hasn't commented all night, but he commented the best line. What's type 1? Type 1's okay. It's the one you get rid of.
I thought type
Like,
1
no,
is the
type
worst.
Type 1 is the one that you don't cause. Like type 2 diabetes is because you have too much sugar in your body's like, what the
I
heck?
only drink a couple pops a day.
Couple pops. You just had 2 back to back.
3.
Yeah, I drank one.
Three.
Oh, no, that's not true. I had a bottle.
Leos have expensive tastes.
I do. That's correct.
Do you?
Yeah,
Do
I
you?
just buy too much
Coca-Cola.
expensive things. So.
Ain't no RC Cola down here, man. It's all Coca-Cola.
Well, RC
No
Cola.
great.
Hey,
value
RC
down
Cola
here.
is good if you polish it within half an hour because it goes flat quick.
I only ever had RC Cola in my life. Do they even sell that? Probably in the States.
No, they sell that Giant Tiger a bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Giant Tiger. I think that's where I've seen it.
Childhood diabetes. Oh, I got that one for sure. Can you do a sonar setting videos? We were gonna try that today, but we were too busy fishing for glasses. Thinking it was a big burbie or something. But no, we will. That's coming. We gotta figure out where we're going fishing tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
I don't know. I'm going fishing. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. I think Seb wants to sleep in. I
Type-
don't want to
type
sleep
one,
in
you're
too,
born.
I'm not gonna lie, but can't pass a mirror without looking at it.
Well, everybody does that though.
I'm not pretty enough to look in the mirror.
You don't look in the mirror?
Oh, no, they'll break
I look in
otherwise.
the mirror, yeah.
What?
They'll break otherwise.
Break otherwise. I'm breaking your wind. That's bad luck, man. You can't have bad luck.
No, that's one thing, man. I'm not superstitious, but I ain't touching mirrors, man. That's sending you bad luck. Mike said, pop is poison unless you run it with counter poison, meaning brewski or
Rum.
rum.
I don't
That's
think
the
you-
last pop? Is it?
Akuma
think so.
spinning reels, good for ice? Question mark.
That's all I use.
Never tried them. That's
All
all
I
you
use.
use? Okumas?
Really?
Yeah.
You like the Okumas?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They last long?
Well, depends how you. Everything lasts long as long as you treat them the right way. If you're throwing them on the ice all day and like Seb said, like let them freeze up and throwing them out again. Like all reels are gonna break, but yeah, they're good reels.
Yeah, and if you understand its
yeah.
capabilities, like you're not putting braid on a reel that shouldn't be used with
Exactly.
braid.
Yeah, putting 20-pound braid on a friggin' cheap plastic ice fishing reel, you're gonna wreck it for sure.
And line
You guys tune in for the worst beer review we're gonna have on the podcast.
No, hey, no.
Alyssa bought this about 4 weeks ago. I haven't touched it.
2 weeks ago.
It looks like I'm gonna catch AIDS just drinking this.
Oh my God, Sebastian.
AIDS included.
Yeah, no.
It's called the Monkey Craft Brewery.
You can't make any ad revenue off this podcast just for the last 30 minutes. Pass it off if you can. But...
Raspberry hibiscus lager.
Wait, you want me to read it for you?
It's delicious.
Brewed in Canada, but it's a pot leaf.
It's here. It's brewed
Flying Monkeys
here.
and Berry.
Oh yeah, we've been there before and eat.
My dad's buddy owns it.
It's good.
Hey, honest reviews. If it's shit, it's shit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Either if Polly's best friends with him.
Probably not best friends with him. Polly's best friends with Alyssa's dad.
We're gonna
Yeah.
Flying Monkey Craft Brewery, Barrie, Ontario, Milky Way, the universe, infinity.
Oh, nice slogan.
Somebody. Yeah. It's rated R from now on. If you have kids watching this podcast, I highly suggest that you put them to bed. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
It's 9:30. It's past my bedtime too.
First of all,
Yeah, I gotta go.
enjoy some scared illness, HIV. This seasonable
Oh my God.
ruby tinge lager is perfect for stopping the day and breathing. Steeped with heat of hibiscus flower, rose hip, and fresh raspberry. 12 Minute of Destiny is uniquely fresh brewed. I feel like when I'm done drinking this, some fruity guy's gonna come out the door and say, "Hey, Sebastian, you want some sweet love?"
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That might be interesting.
Oh, it smells great. Does not smell like beer. Smell this.
It's like a cider almost.
Oh, it does smell. It smells exactly like apple cider.
Maybe
It
is.
smells like those
It
fruits
smells
you
like-
had today. The
yeah.
little.
That's what I'm talking. I know what it tastes like and smells like. Don't worry.
You guys are.
I picked it.
It smells great. Okay, so it definitely gets a point there.
Is it a beer?
This
It
looks.
technically is a beer.
Does it say beer? You're
Oh, shit.
It's-
Yeah, it says
red.
But listen, this looks like I'm gonna.
Pour that into a cup. It's
Hey,
red.
I said rated R. I hope the kid's in bed, but this looks like I'm gonna get fucked in the ass after I'm done with it.
That's
All right,
like
it looks like. No disrespect. If you like getting fucked in the ass, good for you. But this doesn't it look like it? Okay, let's try
Let's
it.
make Seb pronounce the H in helix.
Hey,
That was good.
all right, let's go.
That's like Seb's worst nightmare.
A lot of confusion here.
Oh boy. Maybe he wants the gay guy to show up now.
This isn't Tip Top Magoo, that's for sure.
Like,
Hold
for
on.
sure.
I gotta see which one I'm going with this. Somebody put fizzy stuff into freezies with no sugar in it.
I don't know where he's going with this.
It's good. It's good. Don't listen to him.
Fuck. God damn. It's very confusing. Somebody might knock on the door.
Oh no. You might answer it now.
They want you to say helix. Say it.
They want to say helix.
Helix.
I'm not sure. I'm confused as hell.
He doesn't want to say it.
You might say it right this time. That's so confusing.
There's no way. Seb's had too many beers. He's gonna start speaking French soon.
The thing is, for my hardcore brewski loving guys, I can't give this a good rating.
It's a beer.
But it's intriguing.
Because
Every time you sip on it, you're
honest reviews, man.
no, but no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Honest reviews is I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'm confused by
You
it
like it. You've taken like 6 sips. That's not.
because
not
I'm
right.
fucking confused, man. Somebody's gonna show up here and say something silly. I'm gonna be okay with it. I don't know, man. This tastes like kombucha with beer in it. I mean, it's gonna have a 5.5. A 5.5. I mean, I like
5.5.
It's way better.
smells good. You want it?
No, I'm driving.
How are you gonna drive without glasses?
That's a good question.
Technically blind without glasses.
No, not technically. I'm not quite at that level.
You tried catching your glasses for like 2 hours.
So did you.
I mean, I believed her.
Yeah,
I was trying to put hope in her.
And we're gonna get those glasses back in the summer. I'm going swimming. Seb said that he would tie a rope to me and let me go down like now.
Whoa, time out. This is going the wrong way. Tie rope around you so you can go swim and get them. Okay.
But you said that
I was
was
gonna
gonna
tie you up.
Now. No, you were gonna tie me. Like tie a rope so I could go swimming, but like in the ice. And I was like, oh yeah, good idea. And
What? Well,
Josh and Aaron did not
we said-
think it was a good idea.
we said that we're gonna put more heaters in there so it feels like a sauna. So you go
Before
in
I
the
go
water
in.
so you don't freak out.
It's been done.
You-
Alex
I could
Barrett
do
did
it.
a video on it. Some guy went under the ice. He came back up, so went straight into the truck and warmed up. Like it's possible.
I think we should do it. Those are expensive glasses. Those are my Jimmy Choos.
Are they Gucci glasses?
No, they're Jimmy Choo glasses. But my prescriptions, I need new ones, so I'm happy. If I didn't need a new prescription, I'd be like crying right now because my prescriptions are like $700.
But I'm
just for
confused.
the
You're
lenses.
telling me this is good beer too, so I'm not sure what to believe.
Yeah, it is good beer.
That's it.
Yes.
One more beer and the GPS coordinates for the hotspots on Simcoe are coming out.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Bruno.
Bruno. Hey, bro.
So Helix.
Sure. So Helix what?
Helix.
Helix.
Oh, this is gay.
Hard H.
Go and get another beer.
Helix.
What?
You didn't finish it? That means you're gonna finish it.
I'll put, do you guys want to try it? We can get
I'll
glasses.
try a little bit.
I'm good.
Do you want like to sit?
I'm good.
It's really good.
Glasses?
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just
I
two.
don't really care.
Just two. I'm just gonna have a sip.
I have Coke.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know.
Does anyone have any questions?
Hold on, I'm coming back.
Whoa.
Seb's coming back. He might have a different
We're
hat this
talking
time. He left us
silence.
one here.
Oh my God. When did Seb move to Ontario? I
Probably.
don't know.
Oh, his before I met Seb, he was down in London.
Why is there a rock in my house? Just why? Kick that out of my floor.
It's your house.
Here, you want some of that beer?
No, I'm good.
It's
Aaron, you have it.
That's for you. No,
if you're gonna make something fruity for that beer, make it fruity. It's fruity without sweet.
That's what all the beer stores are doing now. They're
That's what-
adding
yeah.
citrus and all these crappy flavors to it. It's not beer.
It is pink.
It's just
Look, it's red.
I just like pink drinks, I think.
really good. Oh, yeah.
They're all driving tonight.
Talk about your. Oh, that's Derek. Hey, Derek. I'm getting good at tying flies. So you need to give me
I
all
used to
your
do that.
feathers when you hunt. Yeah?
I grew up fly fishing in England for rainbow trout.
That's awesome.
So I used to tie all my own lures, flies. Sorry, but
That'd be addicting though. I bet you once you catch a fish on your own type.
it's Well, the main fly I used to tie in England was called a sheep's head. It was literally just white wool with white feathers out the back
Really?
and what do you call that? It's like the feathers that shoot out at the front.
Hackle.
Hackle. Yeah, you just add a couple
Hackle.
hackles to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good. I enjoy doing it. So, and especially when you catch a fish on it, it's something else. But I'm obviously not going to be like the pros out here. I just tie streamers and that's it.
When did Seb move to Ontario? I moved in 2005 or 6 in June. I'm speaking English. Am I going to fish forward in 2019? I hope so. That was a lot of fun. A lot of
Aaron,
fun.
you still float fish? Yeah.
Oh, that's a float fishes. I'm gonna give her my float reel.
This is the
Aaron
Whitewater
uses
Brewing
bait
Company,
casting now.
Class U, Indian Pale Ale. It's a 5.5% alcohol content. At this point, it doesn't really matter because I'm already in the deep end. Starting with a smooth flow of malty barley, gaining momentum into the mighty depths of the powerful cascade of sentimental citrus hops, you realize no turning back. Okay. Foresters Falls, Ontario. Where's that?
Forest Falls. That's like
Aaron
way up north,
doesn't know
isn't
how
it?
to use his feet.
Okay. It
No,
smells
it's
like Scotch tape. Legit.
Mine smells
Smells like
better.
Scotch
What's the
tape.
point?
I didn't mind the smell of it. It smells
Oh,
really
shit.
crisp. It
It
smells,
does smell like,
Yeah.
like you know when you
It smells
open
clean.
boxes and you cut the tape, that's what it smells like. You don't smell this?
Aaron doesn't know how to use his pen.
It's true. That's why he's gonna give it to me because I use it.
That's another thing I did this year. I hooked my first 3 steelhead. Every single one broke my hook right in half. Didn't have bright hooks, clearly. That was a pretty insane experience. Trying to actually catch one next year.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
fun.
Opener. No, I do not have a pin. I had an old float fishing rod that I used in England.
Where's the craft beer that has a short description like we made a kick-ass beer, enjoy? That guy didn't like me reading that description. This one's pretty kick-ass. I mean, it's got a kick to it, but this is what a beer should look like, you know? Not some. I did some edibles 2 hours ago. Let me create a can of beer.
What edibles are you fucking eating there, bud?
I don't. Tell me you didn't do edible before.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody asked my
Probably.
favorite lake trout lure. If I could catch lake trout on one lure and only one lure,
Winter
what would it be? What would be your lure, Alyssa?
for in the winter or
Yeah,
in the summer?
one lure only.
In the summer or the winter? Because I don't
One lure
lake trout
only.
fish.
Lake
In the
trout.
winter.
Lake trout, one lure only.
Lake trout period.
Flatfish.
A flatfish. Those are the ones that go sideways and stuff like that.
And you can decorate them with nail polish and stickers, and they work very well.
Flatfish.
Flatfish.
Me?
Yeah.
A white tube.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a second. Backtrack to him. White tube or Falcor?
Falcor.
Okay.
Final answer.
Final answer. Yeah, for sure.
Never
You can't just say white. It has to be Falcor.
Well, I mean, if I have the option of going with Falcor,
Man, you show me a fresh stack of Falcors, I'll give you $200 cash.
I would. No doubt.
Cash for 4 of them. That goes $25 a bait.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I have one left. I should just frame it.
I just retire it.
It's yellow now.
Got
Just
lots of fish
retire.
on it.
I saw one today.
What?
You had one in your box today?
Oh, okay.
Swim bait, white swim bait any day.
White swim bait.
I like the rattle trap through the ice, but it'd still be swim bait. If it's an all-around bait for lake trout, it would be swim bait. I can fish it in the summer for on point
Yeah.
on humps, same as I fish it in the winter, but it would still be. I think still be swim bait.
I'm gonna have to go lake trout. I'm gonna have to go lipless, man.
Plus,
Yeah.
well,
Because you can fish it on bottom. You can fish Falcor on bottom too, but that lipless as that dying fish is going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that bite was really fun to me. You can fish it deep too.
Mhm.
So is a swim bait.
Oh, what-
I mean, yeah.
red eye shad. I love them. I ordered a lot of them off of Tackle Warehouse when it was cheap to actually buy stuff in the States. I love those baits. A little big for some things, but still a great bait.
John B made a beer. I mean, you guys want to talk about the Guggen? A lot of people hate on them in the tournament industry, the industry I'm in. I have the most respect for these guys. They have more marketing power than KVD. It's straight up. I mean, KVD catters. You know who Kevin Van Ham is?
You might not.
No, but that proves my point. It's no disrespect to you.
I don't know.
You know KVD because you fish tournaments. Is there more fishermen that doesn't fish tournament compared to guys who fish tournament? There's more fishermen that don't fish tournaments. You know who John B is?
Yes.
You know Alex Perrick is?
Yes, I believe so.
You know the Guggen Squad, those guys.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know KVD. My point is those guys, the Guggen Squad, have more marketing power than KVD.
Mhm.
And those guys get pissed off. Like, a lot of guys on the tour, elite pros, do not like the Guggen guys because like they get all the money. Well, they have more marketing power than you. What do you expect? That's the world. I mean, they cater to people like you, right? That don't follow tournament. And us, we don't just fish tournaments. We fun fish.
Mhm.
I mean, they're hardworking. John B created beer. I know where that came from. It came from notorious Conor McGregor. Started his proper 12. He's like, you know what? I got a big following. I'm going to create my own beer. People are going to buy it. He's capitalizing into his marketing skills. I mean, he's got almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
It's the same as Alex Barrett. He's just
There's 69 people watching right now. Look at what happened to the trade show. We sold out in 3 hours.
Mhm.
And I only have 4,500 subscribers. The best subscribers I could ask for. I'm not about being famous as the Guggen guys. I enjoy doing. I got a good job. I make good money. I enjoy doing what I do on YouTube. I don't do it for the money or the fame. But these guys are capitalizing into what they can do, and that's why he created a beer company to expand his brand. That's because the YouTube fame's not going to last forever for these guys, and those guys get burnt out. Do you really think John B likes fishing right now?
Probably not.
No.
There's too much pressure, right?
No, he's done it all. I mean, he's been deep sea fishing in the Philippines, Fiji Islands, Amazon, Alaska. Do you think he cares about catching a 3-pound largemouth into a pond now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you. Do you care about catching a dinky lake trout on Lake Simcoe after you caught 30? Sure you do, but like when you get the opportunity to do that everywhere you go,
yeah,
that passion fades away.
yeah. It's like pike fishing.
So for him to go out there and still make video, it's very like, wow. That's the way I see it. I don't see it as, I try to see it as they see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of work. You burn out from that.
Yeah. There's
You know?
a lot of power. Like, it's a whole other market. Like, fishing is, people that like fishing really like fishing. So it's a totally different, it's like music. Like, I don't listen to music, but I watch fishing videos instead.
Muck 416 says when Bula came to Simcoe, he reeled again. Yeah, but you understand, he fishes for panfish in Wisconsin, right? I mean, he doesn't know better. He's never caught a lake trout or a whitefish like that. I mean, he fished with me for 3 days. I can't teach a guy everything in 1 day. I think he did pretty good, you know, when he came here. I mean, he did fish against his drag. I mean, he's excited. You know, he's not a Simcoe, you know, hardcore like me. How different are Bass Magnet, Tubezilla to Falcor? Very different. The material, those Tubezillas, they're
That's
great.
what I use up north. I like them.
They're great, but they're stiff as hell.
I've never used a Falcor. So
Listen,
I
the
don't know.
Falcor, when it goes down, although you're dropping it down with a half ounce head, the material is so soft that it'll create a skirt where it's going to start swimming, and everything goes like this. The Tubezilla, they're stiff and round, so they'll dive down. The Falcor will be like a flat fish.
Yeah.
Where I'll go like this because the body is just so mushy that it'll adapt and fly longer.
So it gives that more look.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dead fish.
Yeah. Blue's a great guy, man. You see those guys, and I thought this guy was such a nerd.
Yeah.
I thought he was such a nerd in his video. I liked his video. I liked the guy. When we shoot the shit on the couch, he's a guy like me.
Well,
He says the same thing I do about this stuff. You realize, oh, the guy's just not, you know, it's the same thing. Like, you guys, and that's the big thing that's really hard for me is I do the ice fishing show. And just like fishing, like on my Instagram, I mostly follow other stuff. Like, I like other sport than just fishing. I follow like MMA and hockey and memes and stuff like that. I don't follow much of the fishing. So I don't know you guys. So you come to me, and a lot of guys come, hey, nice to meet you. And I can't put a name together. Well, same thing with Bula, right? He's got 100,000 subscribers. So when he meets people, he doesn't really know them, but those people know him because they see him every day. That's the hard part, right? Is trying to connect with those people, but you don't know them, right? So you fully respect. Like I respect you guys, like the showing that you guys are doing it. You know, it's still 71 people watching. That's huge in Ontario for a guy like
91.
91.
Yeah, we hit 91.
Sick. You guys tired yet?
I'm tired.
You guys are ready to go?
Yeah.
I was just getting started, man. Oh, they're bailing on me.
Yeah.
The clickbait, yeah, that's the one thing. Aaron Weave's the real deal, but that I'm gonna tell you, he could be much bigger. But the guy is so OCD into his video, and I actually feel bad for him. That he'll have a good. He's a bit like me, but he's overboard. He'll have a good video. He won't post it because he didn't get that good shot on the one thing. I bet you guys. He has more videos that you'll never see because he didn't get that one good shot to explain something. He's probably out there filming every other day. Like today, we had a good day. I'm not going to post it. I didn't accomplish what I wanted to. Same way yesterday. I had a great day ice fishing crappies, but the camera wasn't rolling when it was needed. So I'm not going to share the silly content. Jay, I don't know what happened with Jay. What happened with Jay Simon and Weave?
I don't know. They're still close. Like if you watch the videos with them together, like they're still.
You think
like,
so? But they talked about a fallout, kind of like me and Steve.
Yeah, but you still see him talking and everything. And he went back. I think it was this year. He went back this year and did a video with him.
Oh, he went on his own.
Yeah, he went on his own. He started his own his channel. He's got a great channel. Truthfully, John B is a great videographer, but Jay Siemens is just 10 times better than anybody else I've seen on YouTube. He takes the time to put in the videos, anything, like B-roll, everything. Just the tiniest little thing he'll make sure. He'll have like he just posted a video of
it seems it's easier over there though.
Yeah.
You guys think it's easier over there to get unpressured fish and get that footage?
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know how hard it is to come here and get that footage?
Yeah. Well, Manitoba, you watch Aaron Dweeb's videos, you don't see that many big fish around here. Simcoe maybe, but Simcoe's. You're not gonna find lakes like that in Muskoka.
Yeah,
you're gonna find big fish here and there, but
no, it's like if I was just fishing Muskoka, it would be really hard for me to get those good underwater shots. Exactly. It's so dark.
Yeah, but up there, like most of those fish haven't seen baits. Like you could go down there and put a shiner on a hook, you'll catch a fish. You could go there, put a spoon on. Doesn't matter what you use. I feel like they're gonna catch. Obviously, you still gotta figure out a pattern. Everywhere's a pattern, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, Jason Min's videos are good. Yeah. I mean, that's what he does for a living.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
and Aaron Weave has the personality.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a different creativity. I like it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Aaron's great. Like he's still good at what he does. Like the videos are amazing. But when he had Jay, he obviously had the extra shots that some people just don't think of.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's always hard to start something like that with two guys.
Yeah.
You did it too, right?
Yeah.
You guys were. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because then, what if the channel gets big? Now you got to split up, and who gets what, and then legal and lawyers get involved, and it's like into anything. It's like me and Steve falling apart, right? Now, he showed me some stuff. I showed him some stuff. I'm gonna respect that. It's you don't. Whatever he showed you, you're not going to touch anymore. It's vice versa. Right? So it's, but that's a Canadian thing, right? The spots. Oh, I showed you that spot. You go in the US, there's no such thing about. We talked about it, Luzak, the first podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You can go my spot all day you want. You're not going to throw the right thing. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when a lake gets so much pressure. like Simcoe in the fall, in the summer, in the winter. They get so much pressure. People are like, Sebastian, how come you catch them like trout every time you go? Because I got that pattern. You can come fish that spot if you're fishing that tube. Well, good luck. I'm fishing something else, right? So I think that pattern really helps. I'd rather 2Js or Aaron videos a week compared to John B. Yeah, well, they're different, right? I think they have to target a different audience too. The Guggen Squad are the younger kids. When you think about it, those kids will be our age soon. They'll have kids. They'll still be watching those guys, right? Hopefully. It's amazing. Like, you give me at Alex Perrick's age what he has, I would have messed it up. You know, it's like Justin Bieber. People talk about Justin Bieber. Oh, he's crazy. He went crazy. You gave me $19 million when I'm 17 years old. I'm fucking dead the next day, bro. I'm dead. You gotta give him props, right? He kept it together. Give a teenager millions of dollars. He's gonna mess it up, man. I mean, all eyes on you. You sneeze in a store, people. Oh, you're spitting on somebody. You know what I mean? Like, the higher publicity you get, you do something wrong, people are watching you. Quality over quantity.
For sure.
You think so?
Yeah. Like,
but the algorithms on YouTube says otherwise.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me, no disrespect to John B, Bula, or Aaron Weeds, the guys I follow, I'm really close with. You're gonna tell me you would rather watch Aaron Weeds' video or one of the Guggen guys. You watch Aaron Weeds. We all agree on that?
Yeah.
Right? Why? Better quality. Why is Aaron Weeds only got a couple 100,000 followers when John B and Alex Perrick have almost 1 million? So the algorithms, the way they're set up on YouTube, they're very different. You know, I don't try to post any clickbaits because I think that if you do that, people will unfollow you. That's what I do on those guys. If I click on something, it's a clickbait, I'm like, no. Same thing with the video I posted for walleye. I could have been, buddy almost got hit by a train. I would have got 100,000 views on it. But if I do that, I mean, it's not right? I filmed a video about fishing. Right? Or, I fell through the ice. And you look at the guy's leg went through, like, past his boot. Come on. Right? I got a video where I was filming when that sled went through and I got out with the sled. I'm never going to post it. I think. I mean, yeah.
Another guy.
AP's his favorite. AP has some good stuff, right? They hired some people to film.
Yeah, they've got Sam Sobey and Marv, the intern.
When somebody asked me on my Instagram, so you guys want to reach me, it's on my Instagram, Seabass Outdoors. You guys know that. If you message me, most of the time, if I'm not busy, I got a full-time job, I reply. Some guy asked me what I thought on the Frostbite, and we talked about this on live last time. Frostbite, it's just Alex Perrick, you know, creating his brand. So I did the same thing with the Ice Fishing Depot. You know, I used a marketing skill, and I brought stuff I really enjoyed that no other store has at a good price, and I put it out there. What I'm looking for, that's why I go to Epps. Best price in town, gear I can't get anywhere else. Right?
It's the same thing as John B and the beard. Or he's just trying to make some money.
He's trying to make some money and use his money.
So,
you know, so Frostbite, it's just tungsten jigs,
just another
painted differently.
Yeah.
I text message Perrick. I say, hey man, I want some of those for the trade show. And he told me clearly, he's like, they're not available to dealers. If I sell it to you, is at full price and you're not going to have margins, meaning I'm not going to make money. They said people have to come straight to this online. Said, no problem. Cool. I get it. Like, I hope you get it, man. I said, yeah, no problem. I mean, that's just how it is.
So is the CEO of Frostbite Perrick, his corner?
That's what I heard. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys behind it.
There's like
It's always
4 different.
Guggen Baits. There's like 15 guys.
Joe Martin,
Yeah.
a big part of it.
Would love to see bloopers reel after the ice season is over. There's so much.
Like today, Aaron falling on his ass.
Yeah, I got that. Well, Alyssa was in front of you. She might have covered that. He bailed today. He bailed.
I deserved it.
Yeah, you're running like
You
an
don't
idiot.
run on the
You really
ice.
were.
You're light though.
Oh yeah, it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
And I fell once today. But that was just me being stupid though.
Sometimes it hurts. If you fall and you don't slide, it hurts.
Oh yeah, and if there's no snow there to catch you,
Yeah.
and not in your elbow, then
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
We got a bunch of bloopers, but the camera isn't always rolling, right?
Yeah, apparently Murray's doing.
Fizz on catching bluebills in urban ponds should be banned. That is something we don't do in Ontario, but it is massive. Massive in Wisconsin. Guys would rather catch big gills than lake trout.
That's wild.
It's insane. Like you go to Wisconsin and Minnesota, you get those tungsten jigget that are even smaller than what we use right now, like what you use today. That
Yeah.
you said it's even smaller than that.
They call it micro fishing.
Micro fishing. It's big over there.
Yeah.
Just like carp fishing across the pond over there. Do you think we can catch them on the ice?
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
That'd be epic.
I'll go and do it.
What's
No,
what's the water clarity?
probably like Cooch today.
You think so?
Yeah, probably about that. I go there a day and I'll probably catch 20, 25 carp.
No, not
Okay,
let's say-
okay. Hook. No, not through the ice in the sun. Hook up 20 to 25 fish. The amount of fish you lose
They'll
to
pull you
carp.
out.
Oh, they'll school you out like nothing. People see carp as garbage fish. Yes, here they are. In England, they are praised upon. They're like the gods of the water. So
It's crazy.
here, you catch a carp here. It's not a big deal, but you have to catch a carp to understand them. They're the most hard fighting fish I have ever fought in my life. Lake trout, they're amazing. Obviously, they're a hard fighting fish. But the second you hook a carp, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. They're just
So we going there
they're just
tomorrow?
gone. I don't know. We can if you want. They're
think we would
literally
catch 'em?
they're literally gone. I don't see why we wouldn't.
They're in a pond, right?
It's a small lake.
You gotta find them though.
Yeah, you gotta find them. You gotta bait them. You gotta make sure
How
they're
big
in
is
the
that
area.
lake? Smaller than little Lake and Berry?
Probably, yeah, about that size.
Kind of big.
Maybe a little smaller.
Yeah. There's thousands of them.
Oh, it's stupid. You go there in the spring, watch them spawn. It's
You think
the
you can-
water
we
is
can catch
constantly
them?
moving.
Really? Have to try. Somebody asked, Seb, top 3 baits for crappies. I'm not a crappie whisperer. I know nothing about crappie. I know how to look for them and what they like.
I have top 3 baits.
Z-Viber, and minnow with a spoon. Spoon with a minnow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go crappie fishing, like my walleye crappie rod, I've had 2 Z-Vibers. They're glow in the dark and a perch pad. That's it.
Have you seen Carl and Alex? I love Carl and Alex videos. They actually fish a lot of the waters I used to fish when I was in England. Great guys. Never met them.
Carl
myself.
and Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Big-
yeah. I saw their pike video tip up.
Yeah. They
That's
came
what inspired
over
me to
here.
do that today.
Yeah, they came over here. Not over here to the States. They fished with John, and also John went
Yeah.
there. The only thing about them is that some of the lakes that they fish, they are high up in the carp fishing industry. They are like big into the companies that are to do with it, and a lot of those companies have private lakes, and they stock them with big fish like that.
Yeah.
So quite a few of the carp videos they do is in those lakes. But then again, you go and you watch them catching them in just parks and stuff
Well,
like that.
they're good on camera.
They're
good
amazing on
personality,
cameras.
and I love that they're two.
Yeah.
Like you guys helped me out today big time, like
Yeah.
packing stuff up was so great. Cause usually I do all that by myself.
Yeah.
Right. I like those guys. I watched their video.
Yeah.
It's put together.
It's kind of.
Mike says there's a good carp around my house. I know where to go. I don't know if they'd be there right now. Plus, it's open water right now.
Well, that's the only thing I like about this lake is it's so small that they're pretty easy to find.
You'd have to go chum for a while, right? You think they eat under the ice?
Yeah. Yeah. Someone, John B did a video on it last year in the States.
Catching carp under the ice.
Yeah. Same here, but they just.
You'd have to go chumming.
They just. Well, you go there and you can just chum, and they'll move in within the day. They did it stupid. Well, they caught fish. I can't say they did it stupid. They were using treble hooks and just put 4 or 5 pieces on it and just dropped it down the hole. You already catch fish like that, but like you gotta give them a little bit more.
So what pound test would you use? Definitely those Wright McGill rods. 100%.
30 to 40 pound braid.
So they don't spool you out.
Straight braid.
So they don't spool you out.
You don't. What you do, you put a big weight on it, and then you put about maybe a foot max of another line. Tie on the hook. There's a thing called a hair. It's an extra tag end. It's a loop.
Yeah.
And you grab a spike or a fishing hook. You use a fishing hook. You put it through the corn, and then you put it through the loop, and then you actually thread the
corn on
the line.
So they suck the corn, and when they suck the corn, the hook
comes in.
It's just at the mouth. Yeah.
So when they move, they lift the weight. The way you fish them in the summer is there's actually bait alarms. So when you hook them, they'll start running. Your alarm will go off. You'll go over, pick it up. In the winter, it's obviously going to be different. You're just going to have to set your drag. But the second they feel that weight, they're such a spooky fish that they're just gone. Like it's instant. There's no stopping. And if you have your line too tight, they have a pretty soft mouth that's going to pull straight out. But they're an amazing fish and so underrated. Like unbelievably underrated. They can be very stressful, though. Very, very spooky.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean they get big. They must eat under the ice. They got to.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Didn't you say the record carp
Record
Lake Simcoe?
Yeah, Lake Simcoe through the ice.
Through the ice on a rod and reel.
On a rod and reel.
How much they weigh?
30. No.
So Lake Simcoe has 2 records. It had 3 records, but it just got beat.
I'm gonna look up.
The perch record came from Simcoe. It got beat last year on Erie. The guys messaged me, Sebastian, we got a record perch. What do we do? I said, contact Will Wegman. He'll tell you step by steps.
Mm-hmm.
They did. So the Ontario record perch got beat last year, and it got approved this year, and it's from Lake Erie now. But guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We went out for 2.5 hours. Still 67 people watching. I'm gonna rate this beer before we go. The Whitewater Brewing Company Class U beer, Indian Pale Ale, seasonably happy, from Foresters Falls, Ontario. Whitewater Brewing. Which one is that? What beer is that? The Class U, I guess. I mean, this is well put together. Friends. That's a solid 7.
7.
7 on the dot.
Like every other beer we review, besides the first one, it's a 7.
No, it's a 7. It's not
7.
amazing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not a 7.
It's a great beer.
It's a 7.
I'll have another one.
Sure. Not tonight.
Not tonight. I'm done.
Record Carp 39.88. Lake Simcoe 2007.
Dude, 39 pounds?
In England, you catch them
39 pounds.
In England, what they do, they're in ponds and they're just constantly fed. You catch them up to 100 pounds.
Yeah, they just grow fat.
Well, that's the thing. They're literally like circles.
Force fed.
They're just circles.
Yeah. But forget about this. Like, otherwise, the biggest carp would be coming from Canada, you think?
Yeah.
Natural
fish, yeah.
Yeah, you
for
think
sure.
so, yeah?
Here, or
How big are those carp we get? Yeah, because in a pond, they can't get that big, right?
You're probably looking at vegan. anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds is going to be a good fish. I've caught up to 20 in that lake.
Here?
Yeah, in this lake. They're big in there, but you're going to go through quite a few small fish. There's an average probably 10-pound fish in there. So. But then again, in England, you're fishing. When you go to a pond in England, you're fishing for like fish that you know that are in there. Like there's a certain number of fish there.
That's what he's saying. He says they name them and you catch them over and over.
You go
and
over, you'll look at the picture and think, this year I'm going to try and get this mirror carp or this leather carp.
Yeah.
You're going to aim for that one fish. You're going to look at the
really?
positions.
I don't know if that'd be that much fun though.
But when you catch that fish, think about it. Like, if you watch Carl and Alex, you'll watch their videos and they'll be talking, oh, this year this leather got caught. I can't believe it. I caught this fish. And he'll show the picture of that being caught and then him catching it. And you'll see the changes in it. And it's kind of cool when you think of it. But then again, yeah.
Me and Josh, Mike keeps talking about by my house. Yeah, I see them. I know where they're at. But in the spring, I'm busy with both and bike and stuff like that. But
in the summer,
we've been talking about doing it in the fall. They're there too. We've been talking about doing it, so it's something that we got to get going. It would go well, I think. It'd be easier to film. But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody give the thumbs up on this podcast. Thanks for everybody coming in. Josh, Aaron, Alyssa.
Thanks.
Sorry for losing your classes today. We can catch them.
We'll get them next time.
The
We'll have
catfish
to
got
go
them.
out soon.
Catfish gone. Or the pike that's not like.
It was a pike, I swear.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll wish you guys Happy New Year and successful and health and all that stuff in 2019. And a lot of fish. Stay tuned for tomorrow. If you want to follow us on Instagram, List Good Enough. How do you spell it?
LYSSGOODENOU.
Why are you looking at me like this? Like you don't know how to spell your last name? Good enough.
Good enough. Yeah.
List Good Enough. Aaron_Vela97.
Josh Dixon 97.
And Seabass Outdoors. So thank you guys. We will see you guys very soon.